The following is a presentation of Grayson Publishing.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is football time in Texas.
On the Howe Enterprise Sports webcast from HoweEnterprise.com. This is Howe Bulldogs Football. Howe Bulldogs Football, brought to you by Sonic of Howe, Scoggins Funeral Home, Buck Snort Barbecue, Howe Athletic Booster Club, Techways, and Meacham State Farm.
Kiss him goodbye. It is touchdown time in Texas.
Also brought to you by Knight Furniture, Independent Financial, Michelle Castle Guild Mortgage, Star Auto Body, Juan Enciso, Farmers Insurance.
Jalen Thornton looking for another seam. Spins out of another tackle. He is electric.
Also brought to you by Buffalo Wild Wings, Baker Air Conditioning and Heating, Hit Exteriors LLC, Polio's Pizza Cafe, GCEC, Goodfellas Barbershop, Rapid Electric, Legend Bank, Core Fits Gym, Pradera Mobile Home Community, and Realty Group, Don's Smokehouse, Quick Check Convenience Stores, Texas Bred Lifestyle, Family Attorney Kimberly Killebrew, Grayson Garage Door.
It's a Haley's Comet for the first time in his career.
Now let's open the Polio's Pizza Tailgate Party and join the voice of the Howe Bulldogs, Bonnie Walker.
There are no mulligans in football, but after a shocking and disappointing loss in Callisburg a week ago, there's nowhere to go but up for the Howe Bulldogs. Bells will be a monumental challenge for Howe, as former Dogs offensive slot T guru Dale West has reached the playoffs in each of his 6 seasons as a coordinator or head coach. The Bulldogs look to put Callisburg in the rearview mirror and eliminate mistakes in the penalty department and start the ignition on the offense, which carries a number of weapons. It's Howe silver versus Bell's gold, and it's football time in Texas.
You're listening to the Polio's Pizza Tailgate Party.
Justin, Buck Snort Barbecue in downtown Van Alstyne is closing in on an all-time record. They have given away 37 free birthday buffets so far this month.
That's where all you have to do is show your proof of age and get a free Buck Snort Barbecue buffet for your birthday. They even include the drink.
Well, from this angle, they'll keep that offer 5 days before or 5 days after your actual birthday.
It's birthday time in Texas.
Oh, geez. Stop saying everything's in Texas.
Well, Buck Snort Barbecue is in downtown Van Alstyne, Texas.
Hello, Howe Bulldogs. This is Coach Joey McQueen, former Bulldogs head coach and athletic director. Vic and I still love the Dogs and ask that you show your support by joining the Howe Athletic Booster Club. Their mission is the same today as it was in the 90s. They support all Howe athletes, girls and boys, middle school and high school. It's only $25 to become a member. From the alumni to the current fans and parents, we ask that you back the Dogs and become a member today. Go visit the Howe Athletic Booster Club on Facebook. Have a great year, Bulldogs.
Hello, Bulldog fans. This is Juan Enciso, your local Farmers Insurance agent here in Howe. We're here to assist you with your insurance needs, including auto, home, life, business needs, and more. We're vested in the community because we are the only insurance agent in Howe. Our office is at 403 West Hanning Street, or we can be reached by calling 972-382-6121. We're also on the web at farmersagent.com/JEnciso. I have the knowledge and experience to help you better understand your insurance coverage options. Call me, Juan Enciso, at 972-382-6121.
Independent Financial is proud to support Howe ISD and their hardworking students, teachers, and staff. We share your vision for a brighter tomorrow and a championship season. For every challenge, Independent Financial has you covered. Our team can suggest a wide range of financial products to make your personal banking fast and easy. Plus, we have the know-how to deliver the game-changing business banking solutions. Independent Financial, your community in your corner. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
You're listening to the Polio's Pizza Tailgate Party. Today's Senior Spotlight is brought to you by Ed Meacham State Farm. Now let's join Monty Walker with this week's seniors.
Our senior spotlights this week are Dakota Harrington and Colby Taylor. And Dakota, let's talk to you first. You're a returner from a year ago. I get the feeling, just by watching you on the field and your motor always going, that you just kind of eat this football thing up.
Yeah, I really like football. It's my favorite sport. I quit basketball years ago just to come to football. And I've always been a high pain tolerance and motor type of guy. I just come off the ball no matter what.
Last year, I was impressed with how you chased a running back down in a game at home. Most defensive linemen can't do that. Do you remember that situation?
I do. It was against VA last year. It was the very last game of the season. All I remember is doing my job and then seeing him go outside and bouncing out and chasing him down.
Is that something you really like to do, is just go chase down players?
Oh, I love it. It's the best thing in the world whenever you get on them.
It's like Randy White back in the day. Injuries are starting to set in with the big guys already. How does that affect you?
It's bringing me down a little bit because I played with them last year, and now that they're out and I can't play with them this year, it really gets to me.
How does that affect you as far as being on the field, and are you going to be playing more, or are there reserves, or what's the situation?
So the beginning of the year I was going one way, which was defense, and now I'm starting both ways, both offense and defense, and I don't have any backups this year.
So let's hope you don't get hurt, all right? Do you have a favorite coach?
I do. My favorite coach is Coach McCormick because he just blends in with the O-lineman and D-lineman easily.
What are other activities that you're involved with here at Howe High?
I'm in band. I'm a 4-year goer for band in high school, and I'm also in powerlifting. I advanced to regionals last year.
What did you advance in regionals last year?
Deadlift and squat.
Callisburg didn't go the way you wanted it to. Rough week of practice?
No, not really. We just had to get it in our heads that we had to push harder and go harder this week.
So Bells and an old friend, Dale West, what do you think?
It's a tough one. I mean, we know the plays. We played them years ago. So I think we're going to do good this week on defense. We can read the plays and tell which way they're going.
All right, that's Dakota Harrington. We'll take a 30-second timeout. We'll be right back with Colby Taylor.
This is more than a bundle. This is way more than a combo deal. It's your sanctuary, your home field. It's where everything happens. This is your home, your car, your memories. And you want to be sure they're protected with home and auto insurance. As your State Farm agent, I get it. That's why I'm here to help life go right. My name is Ed Meacham, and I'm your Howe State Farm agent. Give me a call at 903-892-3923 or on the web at MrRedInsurance.com.
And now we're joined with Colby Taylor. The first time you've played in a while. When was the last time?
8th grade, sir.
So talk about 8th grade football. I mean, I bet that's quite a bit different than varsity.
It was. High school was way more faster. It's more technique, a lot different.
So what was it like running out of the tunnel for the first time for Friday Night Lights?
I felt like a little kid again back in youth football, running out the tunnels. I loved it.
So 2 catches, 29 yards in your high school football debut. It's a pretty good debut. How'd you feel about that?
I felt like it was great just contributing to the team, helping us, just try to get the offense going and doing my best to do that.
So when you made those catches, did you hear the crowd at all?
Oh, I did, and it felt good.
You're a basketball player. You got a new coach, Coach Forsyth. What are your thoughts about that?
Man, he's amazing. He's been coaching high school, college. He knows all about it. And I feel like we're going to do really, really good this year. It's going to be a great year for us.
So you didn't grow up here, at least in school, in Howe. Where did you go before?
I went to Sherman for most of my life.
So what's the difference? I'm sure there's a lot in Sherman schools and Howe schools.
It's way more people in Sherman. It's probably my graduating class this year is probably, or in Sherman would be around the same size as this whole school in Howe.
So let's talk about Bells a little bit. What do you expect to see from them tonight?
I see them running the same offense that Howe used to run back in the day before I came here, or around when I came here. So I expect a lot of running, and it's going to be a dogfight.
Have the coaches prepared you for what you expect to see? You also play on the defensive side of the ball, the linebacker. Do you have certain responsibilities against that slot T offense?
Yes, sir. They've been preparing us for everything, every possible play they run, and we're just prepared, and we know what to do going into that game.
All right, that's our Senior Spotlight with Dakota Harrington, and that was Colby Taylor.
Today's Senior Spotlight is brought to you by Ed Meacham State Farm. You're listening to the Polio's Pizza Tailgate Party.
If you've ever been in an automobile accident, who do you trust for your needed repairs? Star Auto Body is Texoma's most trusted body shop, serving all of Grayson County and surrounding counties since 1992. Star Auto Body is locally owned and operated. Services include major collision repairs with or without insurance claims, minor cosmetic repairs, parts replacement, and refinishing. Choose Star Auto Body and Alignments in Howe, Texas, 903-532-5365. Star Auto Body of Howe, Texas.
This is Michelle Castle with Guild Mortgage, welcoming you to Howe Bulldogs football. Guild has been delivering on the promise of home to hundreds of thousands of people just like you for over 60 years. With a big heart and a desire to serve, we're committed to making life better in our communities. This is where we live, and we're committed to building it with you.
Guild Mortgage is an equal housing lender company, NMLS 3274. Michelle Castle, NMLS number 231122. Branch address 714 North Travis Street, Sherman, Texas 75090. All loans subject to underwriting approval. Terms and conditions apply. Subject to change without notice.
Buying and or selling your next home should be an enjoyable experience. At Ann's Realty Group, our commitment to the personal relationship of the transaction ensures not only the level of communication that you deserve, but also the assurance that we will be here the next time you need us. We're not a big box real estate company by design. The flexibility that the freedom of being an independent brokerage allows us to be fully at your service as you need us to be. Ann's Realty Group, Ann Dick and Broker for all your real estate needs. 903-818-2676.
Since 2011, Scoggins Funeral Home and Crematory has walked with hundreds of families through the most overwhelming time of their lives. Their job is simple: to make this season a little easier. What you can expect is a no-pressure, people-first philosophy, custom services for memorials that you'll remember forever, and reasonable pricing. Tommy and Bobby K. Scoggins have built a reputation over the past 30 years in the funeral business for making every family feel at home. Visit ScogginsFuneralHome.com or call 903-482-5225.
You're listening to the Polio's Pizza Tailgate Party. Today's District 5 3A Division I Roundup is brought to you by Grayson Garage Door. Now let's join the blizzard. Blake Burnett with the District 5 3A Division I Roundup.
It's Friday night, y'all. We're about to jump into the District Roundup. Last week, only 7 teams played since Winsboro had to cancel against Paul Pruitt. But 6 teams got the dub in the district and 1 team took the L. We'll start with Bonham this week. Bonham played last Friday and got the win over Quitman 57-19 to start their season 1-0. Bonham has already matched their win total from a season ago, and they will face off with Van Alstyne tonight. Range played Farmersville last Friday and won 70-20. They're 1-0 on the season and look to move to 2-0 tonight as they will be facing off with Edgewood on the road. Mineola played Canton last week and got the win 30-14 to start their season 1-0. Yellow Jackets look to pick up win number 2 as they will be facing Willis Point. Mount Vernon played Hooks last week and got the win 53-14. They're also 1-0 and look to move to 2-0 tonight as they will be facing off with Pittsburgh on the road. Pottsboro played Community last week and got the win 42-13 to start their season. Pottsboro will be at home this week, but they are hosting 3A Division II state champion Gunner. This is the game of the week in 3A football, as the state runner-up in Division I in Pottsboro faces the state champion in Division II Gunner. Howe played Callisburg last week and lost 48-8 to start their season 0-1. Looking to bounce back this week, Howe being the only team in the district that lost must get on track this week. They are traveling to Bells. Bells is 1-0 on the season. Commerce played Edgewood last week and got the win 42-12 to start the season. They are 1-0 as also. They look to pick up win number 2 as they have a home game against Leonard. Both teams look to go 2-0. Winsboro did not get to start the season last week as Paul Pruitt had to cancel. They look to get their season started this week and they will be on the road this week. Winsboro will play at Hooks.
Today's District 5 3A Division I Roundup is brought to you by Grayson Garage Door. You're listening to the Polio's Pizza Tailgate Party.
Are you motivated?
Coach, we're highly motivated for Sonic.
What?
Coach, you know we're rough and tough, but sometimes we just need a burger, tots, and a shake.
Oh my goodness. Well, if you're going to Sonic and Howe, pick me up some of those handmade onion rings.
Yes, sir. Sonic of Howe is where you get great food and big smiles.
It's not just good.
It's Sonic good.
Whoa, those onion rings really bring the hammer down.
Cooler heads prevail in football, and for over 50 years, Baker Air Conditioning and Heating have been keeping the Bulldogs cooled off. Not too many have reached 50 years in Howe, but Baker Air Conditioning and Heating have been at 215 North Denny Street since Richard Nixon was president. But there's nothing tricky about Baker Air Conditioning and Heating. They have a great reputation by servicing all brands. If the heat gets to you, call them at 903-532-6255.
Corfit Gym on Haining Street in Howe has a lot of new things to offer. Did you know they have an Iron Mike batting cage for baseball and softball lessons with on-site instructors? They also have a brand new stand-up tanning bed. Corfit Gym has 4 personal trainers available and features sports performance programs for athletes. At Corfit Gym, memberships are only $40 for the entire family or $30 per individual. Corfit Gym is on Facebook and located at 300 Haining Street in Howe. Call them at 469-371-0603.
Who, why, and how? Who are we? We're Pradera Mobile Home Community. Why live in Pradera? Because of Howe, Texas, that is. Howe is a small community with an outstanding school district and close proximity to all amenities you need. Pradera Mobile Home Community is tucked away between Highway 75 and Highway 5 near Bulldog Stadium. Our residents love that our community is so clean. They also love their 2 parks and their swimming pool. Pradera Mobile Home Community, 903-532-0014.
Welcome to the Buffalo Wild Wings Coach's Corner. Now let's join Monty Walker with Howe Bulldogs head coach Bill Jalen.
All right, Coach, last week simply just didn't go the way you wanted it to against at Callisburg. Talk about that.
Yeah, last week was a tough game for us. I mean, it truly showed how young of a football team we are. I mean, several kids, first Friday Night Lights and stuff like that. Youth was evident, but it still means that, we got to improve. We got to improve, and no doubt. And I think you'll see with our team this year being so young that we'll improve each week. But, definitely our youth was showing on Friday night. Callisburg was a big physical football team, moved very well. Their big kids moved more athletically than we saw in film. And that's the downside of, this year you only get one film on them, so you never know what's going to be thrown at you. But they definitely did a good job. But, yeah, did not go as planned, but good learning experience for our kids, good learning experience for our coaching staff on how we need to move forward with this young group of kids.
And the bad thing is injuries just piled up. What's the injury situation?
There's several key players out. I lost our starting nose guard, Will Fleming, on the first or second play of the game with a torn meniscus, so he'll be out for several weeks, possibly the season. Matthew Bearden broke his finger, which will need surgery, so he may be out multiple weeks. Jalen Thornton's got a shoulder injury. He'll be out this week. And then, with the COVID, we've had some players that needed to be quarantined, so we'll have some kids out. But, we knew going in that we were going to be a young, small football team. We've anticipated since the beginning of 2 days about 30 on the varsity, and this week we'll probably suit up about 23 or 24. I know Caleb McNutt's still out with a hip flexor injury. He's been out for most of camp, but hopefully we'll get him back by district. But, it is what it is. It's just part of small school football, and we just got to figure out what we got to do and get the next man up ready to go.
I've been a part of some of those game film sessions like that after a game like that, and they're not really fun. How did the kids respond?
They responded well. Let's just say it was a long film session on Saturday. I got after them a little bit because of the mistakes, because it really wasn't a mistake of not knowing what to do. It was just not going 100 miles an hour and playing passive instead of aggressive, and that's. As in the back of my mind, I had to keep thinking, most of our kids out there are 15-year-old kids going against 18-year-olds. So, but, even Friday night, in the back of my head, I wanted to go nuts on the sideline because this is not how they performed in practice. But at the same time, with the young team, I didn't want to, escalate the situation because they're so young, and me just screaming at them might not have helped them. I was just kind of guiding them through and coaching them through it. But film was a different scenario, though. I did get after him a little bit. I've never been in a film session probably that was 3 hours long, but it was 3 hours of teaching, saying, why were you doing the things you were doing? What are you coached to do? And their answers, you could tell, they were just nervous as heck Friday night. So hopefully that's out of their system when we get after it this week. But we've had a great week of practice. They came out Monday and responded very well. Had to go into the gym Tuesday, and probably the best gym practice I've had since we've been here. And then yesterday we had a solid practice. So they've responded well this week. They really have. Seniors have even responded with a higher intensity.
We'll take a quick timeout. We'll be back in 30 seconds on the Buffalo Wild Wings Coaches Corner.
Get to B-Dubs on Thursdays for buy one, get one free boneless wings. Or as we like to say, 100% more wings. That's right. When you buy boneless wings on Thursdays, you get the same amount of wings for $0.00. Basically, the second order is 100% off. So get here for buy one, get one free boneless wings on Boneless Thursdays. Buffalo Wild Wings. Roar!
Buy one, get one of equal value free. Dine in at participating locations. Takeout is limited and may vary by location. Size exclusions may apply while supplies last. Limit one offer per customer. Not valid with any other coupon.
Coach, weather has been an issue already. I don't think anybody thought that weather would play a factor in late August, early September, but here we are. Does that bring up the question of maybe the indoor practice facility again?
Yeah, I mean, anytime it rains or lightnings, that's always going through my head, but I mean, it puts a damper on us. Last week, people might not realize we lost a day of practice last Wednesday because of lightning. It kept coming in, and, I didn't want to go into the gym because I didn't know how our team being so young would respond in the gym. Luckily this week we found out that they responded well. And then, anytime you lose, this week we got fortunate going into the gym, playing Bells with their offense. It's a little different, but it hurts us working our passing game. But moving forward in district, yeah, it plays a big factor because we're playing spread teams that are going to be throwing it all over the field. I mean, Mount Vernon with our Brows is going to be chunking and dunking it. So we are, it puts us at a disadvantage. I mean, that's plain and simple. I can say it puts us at a disadvantage.
Now this week you're facing a team that they're not going to be chunking it and dunking it. You know what they're going to do. Dale West, and they're going to come right at you with that slot T. How do you stop it?
It's the slot T is it's a ground and pound offense. I mean, he's going to try to control the clock. I mean, and first thing I told Coach Murray on Saturday morning, I said, listen, when you get the ball, if you give it up three and out, he's going to keep it for the next 5 or 6 minutes. It just is what it is. Luckily with us running the slot T in the past, our kids have a knowledge of it, and my background with it. You can come up with whatever you want, but it's going to come down to who's going to win at the line of scrimmage, who's going to control the line of scrimmage in this game, and hopefully, our D-line has been a big strength for us, so hopefully they'll be able to control it. But I mean, it's just the guys on the front this week. I mean, it's going to be a dogfight for 4 quarters. It is what it is. That's just what they do, and we just got to get in there and get penetration, get pressure. Pad level's got to be big this week. Cutting pullers, tackling is going to have to be a big emphasis. So. It is. It's going to be a quick game because that clock's going to be moving.
So offensively, you've got a lot of skilled, players on the field. They're young, but a lot of talent. How do you kickstart that offense?
Offensively, what hurt us last week, I really want to say the penalties in the first quarter kind of took the wind out of our sail. And, a lot of those penalties were just first-time jitters. I mean, linemen flinching hands that they haven't done all through camp. I mean, snaps were slower than they were. I mean, you saw us in White right when we scrimmaged. We didn't have one offsides penalty, and then Friday Night Lights hit, and it was just nerves. So I think our offense will be fine. We've made some adjustments to help with the pass blocking, doing some things that we saw on film that we said this will help our kids. But I just feel once we get that first drive sustained, that's going to be the moment that it kickstarts us and kicks us going. I mean, I felt confident the first 2 or 3 plays. We had positive yards, 6, 7, 8 yards, and then penalties go. So we got to eliminate the penalties to kickstart that offense for sure.
Today's Coach's Corner has been brought to you by Buffalo Wild Wings. You're listening to the Polio's Pizza Tailgate Party.
Get to B-Dubs on Thursdays for buy one, get one free boneless wings. Or as we like to say, 100% more wings. That's right. When you buy boneless wings on Thursdays, you get the same amount of wings for $0.00. Basically, the second order is 100% off. So get here for buy one, get one free boneless wings on Boneless Thursdays. Buffalo Wild Wings. Roar!
Buy one, get one of equal value free. Dine in at participating locations. Takeout is limited and may vary by location. Size exclusions may apply while supplies last. Limit one offer per customer. Not valid with any other coupon.
At Grayson Cullen Electric Cooperative, GCEC, we have been around for over 80 years and are governed by 7 principles: open and voluntary membership, democratic member control, members' economic participation, autonomy and independence, education, training, and information, cooperation among cooperatives, and concern for community. One of our communities is Howe, Texas, and GCEC is proud to support the Howe Bulldogs.
This is Coach Jim Fryer, former Bulldog head coach and athletic director. Connie and I still love the Dogs and ask that you show your support by joining the Howe Athletic Booster Club. Their mission is the same today as it was in the 80s. They supported all Howe athletes, girls and boys, middle school and high school. From the alumni to the current fans and parents, we ask you to back the Dogs and to become a member today.
This is Coach Jay. Visit Howe Athletic Booster Club on Facebook. Bulldog pride never dies.
Justin, Bucksnord Barbecue in downtown Van Alstyne is closing in on an all-time record. They have given away 37 free birthday buffets so far this month.
That's where all you have to do is show your proof of age and get a free Bucksnort Barbecue buffet for your birthday. They even include the drink.
Well, from this angle, they'll keep that offer 5 days before or 5 days after your actual birthday.
It's birthday time in Texas.
Oh, geez. Stop saying everything's in Texas.
Well, Bucksnord Barbecue is in downtown Van Alstyne, Texas.
You're listening to the Polio's Pizza Tailgate Party. Today's Opposite Corner is brought to you by Texas Bred Lifestyle. Now let's join Monty Walker in the Opposite Corner.
I'm here with Coach Dale West of the Bells Panthers. And Coach, you're one of the most popular coaches ever to come through Howe, and people talk highly of you still through Howe, and I'm finding out it's not just Howe, it's Collinsville and wherever you've been. It's got to be a nice feeling.
Yeah, Howe was a great place for us, for me and my family, and Collinsville was as well. We've had some great stops up here in North Texas, and those were two of them. I still keep in contact with a lot of kids from both places and parents, so we've made some great relationships in both places.
You and the slot T go way, way back. Talk about that.
Yeah, I grew up in it in junior high and high school, and ran it all through high school. And then when I started coaching, jumped right into the offensive system. So it's something that I've been running since I was an 8th grader. 100% what I believe in and what we do, and I couldn't do anything else.
So you're originally from East Texas, and got your first coordinator job over in Howe, and Zach Hudson called. And what was that moment like for you back in 2014?
Oh man, that was a game changer for me and my family. It catapulted us to where we are now, and not that I'm a big time coach, but it got me to where we are, and we're very thankful for the opportunity we had there in Howe. And like I said, we made a lot of great relationships while we were there. Had a lot of good football teams, so it was a whole lot of fun over there.
Now, speaking of being thankful, not a lot of people know you got a big Turkey Day Thanksgiving deal that you do. Talk about that a little bit.
Yeah, we, everywhere we've been, we try to put together turkey baskets for people on Thanksgiving, and people that can't provide enough for their families at that time, and take some of the weight off the families around Thanksgiving. So just something we've done, and Collinsville already did something real big when we got there with the local people, and we're gonna get it kicked off here this year for Bells as well.
So everywhere you've gone, you've made the playoffs since you've been a coordinator, 6 straight years. Success in Howe, success in Collinsville, success in Bells. What's the outlook for this team this year?
Oh man, we've had a really lot of great teams. We only graduated 6th off last year's team, and it took us a while to get it going, but we ended on a 8-game win streak, and before we lost to Paul Pewitt. But it was a good outlook. We've got a lot of good kids that are really bought in, so I think we got a chance to be pretty good. We got to grow up on the offensive line a little bit and cut out a lot of penalties from last week and stuff like that, but we've got a chance to be a good football team.
The Opposite Corner is brought to you by Texas Bred Lifestyle. Show that you are Bulldog bred with one of our Howe Bulldog Bred custom hats. Visit Texas Bred Lifestyle on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram.
You're listening to the Polio's Pizza Tailgate Party.
Hello, Bulldog fans. This is Juan Enciso, your local farmer's insurance agent here in Howe. We're here to assist you with your insurance needs, including auto, home, life, business needs, and more. We're vested in the community because we are the only insurance agent in Howe. Our office is at 403 West Hanning Street, or we can be reached by calling 972-382-6121. We're also on the web at farmersagent.com/JEnciso. I have the knowledge and experience to help you better understand your insurance coverage options. Call me, Juan Enciso, at 972-382-6121.
Independent Financial is proud to support Howe ISD and their hardworking students, teachers, and staff. We share your vision for a brighter tomorrow and a championship season. For every challenge, Independent Financial has you covered. Our team can suggest a wide range of financial products to make your personal banking fast and easy. Plus, we have the know-how to deliver the game-changing business banking solutions. Independent Financial, your community in your corner. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
If you've ever been in an automobile accident, who do you trust for your needed repairs? Star Auto Body is Texoma's most trusted body shop, serving all of Grayson County and surrounding counties since 1992. Star Auto Body is locally owned and operated. Services include major collision repairs with or without insurance claims, minor cosmetic repairs, parts replacement, and refinishing. Choose Star Auto Body and Alignments in Howe, Texas, 903-532-5365. Star Auto Body of Howe, Texas.
This is Michelle Castle with Guild Mortgage, welcoming you to Howe Bulldogs football. Guild has been delivering on the promise of home to hundreds of thousands of people just like you for over 60 years. With a big heart and a desire to serve, we're committed to making life better in our communities. This is where we live, and we're committed to building it with you.
Guild Mortgage is an equal housing lender company, NMLS 3274. Michelle Castle, NMLS number 231122. Branch address 714 North Travis Street, Sherman, Texas 75090. All loans subject to underwriting approval. Terms and conditions apply. Subject to change without notice.
You're listening to the Polio's Pizza Tailgate Party. Today's Howe Bulldogs Flux Capacitor is brought to you by Quick Check Convenience Stores. Now let's join Monty Walker with the Howe Bulldogs Flux Capacitor.
The Howe Bulldogs are 6-1 on games played on September 4th. Howe beat Sanger 8-7 in 1981, beat Coppell 26-20 the following year, beat Princeton 35-7 in 1987, beat Lono 41-7 in 1998, beat Chico 49-0 in Denton in 2010, and won at Sacred Heart 27-0 in 2015. The only loss Howe had on this date was back in 1992 when Van Alstyne pummeled the Dogs 71-20 at Bulldog Stadium in the 36th Battle of the Silver Spike. This will be the 50th meeting between Howe and Bell since the first game in 1936. Howe has won 35 of those games, losing 9 times, and the game ended in a tie 5 times. Although Howe has dominated over the years, they have lost the last 2 of 3 matchups, including a 19-13 overtime loss a year ago. In the first game of the series, Howe won 19-6 at Bulldog Stadium on November the 20th, 1936. Howe's player of the century, Billy Bryant Cloud, scored the first ever touchdown in the series. Also scoring for Howe was Emerson Bates and Chuck Barnett. Other than the overtime game a year ago, 2 of the closest and most important games in the series came in the first part of the decade in the 1990s. Howe needed to beat Bells in the final game to secure the second and final playoff spot. The Dogs found themselves trailing at the half by a score of 11-0 with 8:46 remaining in the third. But Howe scored their first touchdown when Wade Carson hit Joey McMillian for a 65-yard score. Michael Ross would put the finishing touches on the 12-11 comeback with a 29-yard run late in the fourth quarter. The following year, Howe needed to win by 5 points to become the outright district champions and had to win to secure a playoff spot. Howe squeaked out by the narrowest of margins with a 12-7 win, thanks to a Domingo Rivera 1-yard plunge in the second quarter and a James Fulencheck 1-yard score with 3:43 left to go in the game. This week's Howe Bulldogs Flux Capacitor is brought to you by Quick Check Convenience Stores, moving small towns forward. Family owned and operated in North Texas since 1977.
You're listening to the Polio's Pizza Tailgate Party.
Buying and or selling your next home should be an enjoyable experience. At Ann's Realty Group, our commitment to the personal relationship of the transaction ensures not only the level of communication that you deserve, but also the assurance that we will be here the next time you need us. We're not a big box real estate company by design. The flexibility that the freedom of being an independent brokerage allows us to be fully at your service as you need us to be. Ann's Realty Group, Ann Dicken Broker, for all your real estate needs. 903-818-2676.
Since 2011, Scoggins Funeral Home and Crematory has walked with hundreds of families through the most overwhelming time of their lives. Their job is simple: to make this season a little easier. What you can expect is a no-pressure, people-first philosophy, custom services for memorials that you'll remember forever, and reasonable pricing. Tommy and Bobby K. Scoggins have built a reputation over the past 30 years in the funeral business for making every family feel at home. Visit ScogginsFuneralHome.com or call 903-482-5225.
Are you motivated?
Coach, we're highly motivated for Sonic.
What?
Coach, you know we're rough and tough, but sometimes we just need a burger, tots, and a shake.
Oh my goodness. Well, if you're going to Sonic and Howe, pick me up some of those handmade onion rings.
Yes, sir. Sonic of Howe is where you get great food and big smiles.
It's not just good.
It's Sonic good.
Whoa, those onion rings really bring the hammer down.
Cooler heads prevail in football, and for over 50 years, Baker Air Conditioning and Heating have been keeping the Bulldogs cooled off. Not too many have reached 50 years in Howe, but Baker Air Conditioning and Heating have been at 215 North Denny Street since Richard Nixon was president. But there's nothing tricky about Baker Air Conditioning and Heating. They have a great reputation by servicing all brands. If the heat gets to you, call them at 903-532-6255.
On the Howe Enterprise Sports webcast from HoweEnterprise.com. This is Howe Bulldogs football. Today's scene setter is brought to you by Baker Air Conditioning and Heating, proud partner of Bulldogs Athletics.
Regroup. Charge the battery. That's what tonight is all about. That's what being great is all about. In the spring, in the summer, when the lights are bright, and when the sun has yet to come up. In Bonham, in Pottsboro, in Commerce, and in Bells. Every day, everywhere, in every way. You want to improve from week to week? Then you go to Bells in September and spark the battery and start the engine.
This is going to be caught by Thornton. He's got room. Near side, he's fast. 50, 45, foot race, 35, 30, 25, 20, 15, makes a cut on the inside to the 10, to the 5, he's in. It is touchdown time in Texas for the first time in 2020.
Tonight, in the September sky, the Bulldogs' silver evening moonlight in the east meets the Panthers' gold sunlight in the west. It's an old friend and a familiar scheme. Tonight, the Bulldogs try and slow down a freight train offense that's popularity stretches back to the gold standard. Can the Dogs recharge their battery and turn gold into silver? We're about to find out.
Carrying Bell's Panthers for a first down at the 12-yard line. He's got the 5. It's touchdown time in Texas.
It's the Howe Bulldogs and the Bells Panthers. Live from Panther Stadium in Bells, Texas. This is Bulldogs football.
Today's scene setter is brought to you by Baker Air Conditioning and Heating, proud partner of Bulldogs Athletics. You're listening to the Polio's Pizza Tailgate Party on the Howe Enterprise Sports webcast from HoweEnterprise.com. This is Howe Bulldogs football. Football time in Texas is just moments away. Now, with the call of the game, here's the voice of the Bulldogs, Monty Walker.
Well, we are in Bells, Texas. The sun is out looking at us right in the face, Justin White. You know what happens in Bells, Texas. An old friend is across the way on the sideline. It's football time in Texas, and it's also slot T time in Texas.
Yeah, it'll be a clock will be running quickly. We may be at her early with the way the team over on the other side runs the ball.
The Howe Bulldogs are going to have to try to get things in gear offensively. Last week, a tough week, just couldn't get anything going. Jalen Thornton only had 3 touches, or 3 carries actually, for 3 yards, and had a 1 catch. Now that one was electric 70-yard touchdown. That was basically a little dump pass across the middle that he did all the work. Bad news is Jalen Thornton, Howe's most electric player on offense, is not going to play tonight.
You've got him out. You've got some others out here tonight. So no rest for the weary here, because they're going to have to suit up and put on their tighten up their belt buckle here for tonight against the Bills Panthers.
We do have some changes in the starting lineup. I'll go ahead and give you the hit exterior starting offense for Howe. Up front, some changes due to injuries. As you mentioned, Matthew Bearden not going to be in the starting lineup. He's got broken fingers, having surgery. So Brantley Flynn will start at left tackle, moving Jackson Adkins to center. Caleb Hicks gets to start at left guard, and Braden Wise gets to start at right guard. Dakota Harrington gets to start at right tackle. Basically a made-over offensive line from last week to this week. The wide receiver will be Jordan Jones. Now, he didn't have a touch last week. You got to change that. Jordan is one of the most also electric players on the field for the Howe Bulldogs. So try to stretch him out and get him the ball out in space. The tight end tonight, moving from the X-receiver, is Ryan Huff. And in the backfield will be the wingback, Ethan Lopez, more of a slot, really, formation. And the fullback, Carson Daniels. And the halfback, Matt Hayes tonight gets to start, the sophomore. So there's sophomores in the backfield, Daniels and Hayes, and obviously the quarterback, Austin Haley, who last year had 1,598 yards, 16 touchdown passes. He only had 108 yards passing a week ago and 1 touchdown, and really most of that yardage came on one play, Justin.
You got a lot of youth there in that backfield, a lot of sophomores. You got a senior out there wide. You got a senior-laden offensive line here tonight, but a revamped one, as you said.
So that's your starting lineup, your hit exterior starting offense for the Howe Bulldogs. Justin, let's go over the Bells Panthers starting defense.
All right, they're going to start out in a 3-4 defense on the front line. Their defensive tackle, Hank Weaver. Nose tackle, number 77, Drake Stevens. The other defensive tackle, Cooper Smith. At linebacker, Kenyon Payne. Cole Moore and Aiden Brown at the middle linebackers, and the outside linebacker, Landon Morse. In the secondary, Tanner Carter at cornerback, Bo Baker and Caden Powell at safeties, and other cornerback, Keaton High.
Go ahead and give us the hit exterior starting offense for Bells, if you would, please.
Okay. Starting off on the offensive line, left tackle Colton Yates, left guard Carl Basario, center is Quentin Douglas, right guard is Landon Nelson, and right tackle will be Tanner Hayes. Quarterback will be Blake Rowland, swingman Tanner Carter, and tight end Hogan Harris. Playing at slot is number 2 Bo Baker, and in the backfield Grady Waldrop at halfback, and at fullback Brock Baker.
So the Howe Bulldogs on defense tonight is going to be a little bit different look against the slot T. If you're going to throw everybody in the box, tonight's the night to do that. 6 men up front for the Howe Bulldogs. Bryce Crosby, the defensive end. Jackson Adkins, the defensive tackle. Jaron Grisham, a defensive tackle. Dakota Harrington, a defensive tackle. Luke Jackson, a defensive tackle. And Caleb Hicks, a defensive end. That's 6 up front on the defensive line of scrimmage for the Howe Bulldogs. Your linebackers, your strong side linebacker will be sophomore Carson Daniels, and your weak side backer is Braden Wise. He's a senior. That leaves you 3 secondary, and Matt Hayes will be 1 corner, Jordan Jones the other, and Joey Heimel will play the free safety role. And let's hope, for Howe's sake, if you're a Howe fan, that they don't sneak one of those receivers out of the backfield, because they could do some damage if they just sneak it out there. Asked the JV last night.
Got to be watching that. Coach Jay said in the coaches show that to win this game, got to win up at the line of scrimmage, and he's got a bunch of bodies up there on the front line.
That's your hit exterior starting lineup. Let's go over the Don Smokehouse opponent overview. But first, hit exterior is your hometown Howtown Roofing Company. Roofing with Bulldog pride, one shingle at a time. Your opponent overview, Justin White for Bells.
Well, obviously you're talking about a Bells team that's going to be holding the ball a lot of ball possession, keeping the ball off the out of the offense for Howe. But defensively, they only allowed 6 points last week. You combine that a defense like that.
They were late in the game too against Whitesboro.
Yeah, so you combine that with a good offense, and Bulldogs may have problems tonight.
That's your Don Smokehouse opponent overview. Don Smokehouse, the best jerky around, ever using MSG, gluten or dextrose, located in downtown Howe, and DonSmokehouse.com. Howe Bulldogs overview is brought to you by Goodfellas Barbershop in downtown Howe. The Howe Bulldogs are going to have to start that engine on offense, and it's going to be tough to do without Jalen Thornton, their most prolific playmaker on offense. Now, that opens the doors for maybe some other players. Sophomore Matt Hayes is going to get the ball. He's got to step up. You're going to have to be durable. No more injuries tonight. They're down to 23 players on the roster tonight. Can't have anybody really go down with an injury. You're going to start having some kids on varsity that are not varsity players. Let's just be honest with you. But the overview for Howe, got to get the offensive, you got to sustain drives. You can't go 3 and out to Bells because you're not going to get it back for a very long time. The defense is going to be on the field all night long if the offense can't help you out. That's the Howe Bulldogs overview, brought to you by Goodfellas Barbershop in downtown Howe, specializing in all cuts and styles and straight razor shaves. Experience the old school feel at Goodfellas Barbershop in downtown Howe. The Rapid Electric final thought. We're just about ready for that. So Final thoughts before kickoff, Justin White?
Bulldog offense, like you said, has got to get off the ground here tonight. Got to cut down on the penalties. We may, at some point, hopefully it's tonight, we got to see these sophomores, these young kids start to grow up before our eyes, but we may see some growing pains here tonight again.
We've had a white
Our statistician
brought to the
Blizzard.
press box that was left
I would
in
like
the
to see
ladies'
the offensive
restroom. If
line
you've lost
step
one,
up and
it's in the
block
press
for
box,
quarterback
a white
Austin Haley.
iPhone.
He was sacked 8 times a week ago. I would love to see the passing game get going here tonight.
And our final thought for Caroline Slauson down on the field. What's your final thought for the night?
Man, I'm gonna refer to our good friend and my boss, Mr. Clay Wilson. Howe has to be COVID. Bells, the country, we're gonna shut them down.
There you go. That is your Rapid Electric final thought before kickoff. Rapid Electric, don't get shocked. Call them at 903-421-8100. I'd have to brag on Rapid Electric just for a little bit here. As today, Brent Brunner was at Bulldog Stadium all day today and hanging some speakers. So next week at home game, you'll have the you'll be able to listen to us whether you want to or not. But in the concourse area behind the bleachers and at the concession stand, and even in the men's bathroom, you'll be able to hear our broadcast if you happen to leave the stadium and have to go get you something to drink. So
that's great. Big time.
Yeah, it is. It's going to be a great experience for the Howe fans. You can hear the school song. We'll let you listen to it. All right, that is your Howe Bulldogs school song. Let's go over the referees tonight.
And now the Bell school song.
They are Jason Choate is the referee. Now, I don't see a chapter. I think, they're out of the Commerce chapter. So the referee is Jason Choate. The umpire is Joe Snow. The head linesman, Jeff Beeler. The line judge, Mike Fisher. And the back judge is Jeff Wall. Those are your officials for tonight.
Commerce chapter here. It seemed like in the past we've had some problems with the Commerce chapter. Hopefully everything goes okay tonight, though.
Back when it was Zach Hudson in the days over at Howe, he used to, if I remember right, he used to love the Commerce chapter. I don't know why, but he really did like the Commerce. Not so much the Fort Worth, if I remember right, but gosh, my memory's fading, and that's been a few years. So, but tonight, we'll see what kind of crew we get from the Commerce chapter, and they're out on the field. Caroline is going to give us the coin toss tonight at some point when we get going. Right now, we still have a few minutes. It is homecoming tonight for Bells, so they did all their festivities earlier, and the Bulldog tunnel is being blown up. And Bell's tunnel is blown up. So let's take a quick timeout, and we'll be right back with Howe Bulldogs football right after this.
Justin, Bucks North Barbecue in downtown Van Alstyne is closing in on an all-time record. They have given away 37 free birthday buffets so far this month.
That's where all you have to do is show your proof of age and get a free Bucks North Barbecue buffet for your birthday. They even include the drink.
Well, from this angle, they'll keep that offer 5 days before or 5 days after your actual birthday.
It's birthday time in Texas.
Oh, geez. Stop saying everything's in Texas.
Well, Bucks North Barbecue is in downtown Van Alstyne, Texas.
This is Coach Davey Dubose, former Bulldogs head coach and athletic director. Jody and I still love the Dogs and ask that you show your support by joining the Howe Athletic Booster Club. Their mission is the same as it was in the 90s. They support all Howe athletics, girls and boys, middle school and high school. Good luck to all the Howe teams in the coming school year.
This is Coach Jay. It's only $25 to become a member. From the alumni to the current fans and parents, we ask you to back the Dogs and become a member today. Visit Howe Athletic Booster Club on Facebook. Bulldog pride never dies.
Hello, Bulldog fans. This is Juan Enciso, your local farmers insurance agent here in Howe. We're here to assist you with your insurance needs, including auto, home, life, business needs, and more. We're vested in the community because we are the only insurance agent in Howe. Our office is at 403 West Hanning Street, or we can be reached by calling 972-382-6121. We're also on the web at farmersagent.com/JEnciso. I have the knowledge and experience to help you better understand your insurance coverage options. Call me, Juan Enciso, at 972-382-6121.
Independent Financial is proud to support Howe ISD and their hardworking students, teachers, and staff. We share your vision for a brighter tomorrow and a championship season. For every challenge, Independent Financial has you covered. Our team can suggest a wide range of financial products to make your personal banking fast and easy. Plus, we have the know-how to deliver the game-changing business banking solutions. Independent Financial, your community in your corner. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender. You're listening to Howe Bulldogs football on HoweEnterprise.com. Not a member of FDIC. Not an equal housing lender. Fake license number 8675309. Howe, Portland, Seattle.
That's got to be the dumbest station identification I've ever heard.
Who did that, huh?
Yeah, no. It's kind of funny, though.
It is good.
It will be not so funny. You got to change it up, because at the end of the year, you'll be like, really? That's not very funny. Hey, old friend sitting over here right next to us, Mike Zagleski sitting next to us.
Yeah,
he's got his University of Texas mask on, so we're battling on that. I've got my OU lanyard on, so good to see Coach Zagleski over here in the stands, and he'll be rooting on the Bulldogs. So again tonight, the Bulldogs are going to run a 6-man front on defense, 2 backers, and 3 in the secondary. So Justin going all heavy up against the slot T, trying to stop that thing.
Yeah, like I say, Coach Jay had talked about, again, the line of scrimmage. You got to win at the line of scrimmage with this team, because there's going to be a lot of pulling guards and traps and things like that. So he's bringing all the big boys up front, but you got to be aware in the secondary, because that's kind of how they lull you to sleep, kind of bring you in the box and then hit you with the receiver out of the backfield.
We're getting a little bit of wind here at our back from the east. Blizzard, let's talk to you a little bit. You're the stat man, so what are you gonna? What does Howe need to do, in the stat book tonight in order to come out of here with a win?
Howe needs to force turnovers tonight. We only had 1 turnover a week ago, and Bells is going to try to chew that clock up tonight. Steal a couple possessions was what Howe needs to do tonight.
So that's a great point, because a year ago, Howe created 28 turnovers a year ago, which is a remarkable number. 15 interceptions and 14 fumble recoveries. Only 1 turnover last week. That was the interception by Joey Heimel. And coming back from last year's team, there were only 10 of those. If you count the players coming back, they had 10 of those 28. 2 interceptions and 8 fumble recoveries. So great point. You've got to be able to create turnovers, and that's a lot of the things that kept Howe in the game last year was those turnovers that they created.
Offensively, you got to score here, but you talk about a team with Bells that takes off all the time on the clock, and then it kind of makes your offense, if you don't score, then you have to do stuff that you're not used to doing, because at that point every possession is going to be valuable.
Head coach Dale West is 25-11 as a head coach. He was 9-4 at Bells a year ago, lost to Paul Pewitt 53-20 in the regional final. In 2018 at Collinsville, went 9-2. In 2017, in his first season as a head coach, went 7-5 at Collinsville. While in Howe, he was 26-12 as an offensive coordinator from 2014, 15, and 16, and played in 8 playoff games during that time. So he's made the playoffs every year since he's been an offensive coordinator since 2014. The Howe Bulldogs rushed for 13,289 yards in those 38 games. That's 349 yards per game. In 2013, Coach West was 8-4 at Sweeney. In 2012 was 6-5 at Lockhart. In 2011 was 2-8. In 2010, 10-3 at Mathis. In 2009, 8-4 at Mathis. Overall coaching record for Coach West, 85-47 as a coach. That's pretty impressive.
He wins everywhere he goes.
Originally from Quinlan, he was the quarterback in a slot T offense at Quinlan Ford, and went to Texas A&M Commerce, where he played tight end. He credits Paul Kilge Kilby as a life mentor and teacher of the slot T. His wife Candace and he have one daughter and one son. And what a great coach he is, and what a great human being he is. And we always love the weeks over here with Coach West because it's fun just to visit with him a little bit.
Well, you think about this Bills Panthers team. In 2018, they were running like the spread offense, and then so they went from exactly the spread offense down to the slot T, complete opposite, and they won last year with it.
Well,
they got off to a rocky start, but they ended up going three rounds deep in the playoffs.
What's funny is they started 0-2, and we were over here when they were 0-2. Their fans were restless because they were Texas Tech airing it out the year before. It was fun and gun and all of that, and the crowd. They went to this, the slot T, and their fans were like, we're 0-2 and this is boring. And we said on our broadcast last year,
exactly,
hang on, don't panic, you're gonna win with him, don't freak out, your kids are gonna love him, just hang in there. And you look over here tonight, and with the COVID situation and the situation that it is, that crowd in Bells, the stadium is packed. And I know there's social distancing in place, but there's a lot of people over there.
Yeah.
They've bought in. They've truly bought in.
And it really, like you said, started with the Howe game because they ended up winning, 6 of the next 7 games, won the district.
Well, they won 9 in a row, I believe, or 8 in a row at least.
Yeah, I guess counting the playoffs, yes.
Yeah. So the lovely wife just walked up. So on the Howe side, Howe's got to get things going offensively. And unlike, there's just been a lot of turnover in Howe. There's been 4 offensive coordinators in 4 years.
Yeah.
The kids are having to speak different languages every year. I talked to Drew Murray today. He said, I just want these kids to know that I'm in it for the long haul. I'm going to be here as long as they're going to let me. And he wants to be able to build a system to where they speak the same language from 7th grade all the way through varsity, which is very important and such underrated for programs.
And that's what I think Coach Jay had talked about last week was he felt comfortable at this point having an offense that you can build from the 7th grade, as you said, all the way up and have some continuity.
Yeah. So it's very important in order to be able to build a program, in order to have, a lot of people think that it doesn't matter what you do on Thursday. I've heard that from people. You don't get upset about what happens on Thursday night. Well, in fact, Thursday nights are the building blocks for Friday nights. And if you don't get it right Thursday afternoon and Thursday evening, well, Friday usually doesn't work out too well for you in the long run.
Yeah, not a good attitude to have where you kind of forget about Thursday night and only worry about Friday night. That's the foundation of the program.
Well, the good thing is Coach Jay and his coaching staff, here come the Bulldogs. They're working towards that Thursday problem that they've had for many years. So here come the Bulldogs in their white uniforms, black helmets, gray pants with a thick gray stripe down the side. Jordan Jones carrying the Howe Bulldog flag, and Jackson Adkins carrying the Bulldog Nation flag. And we got another player carrying the Texas flag. I can't make out who that was. Well, apparently it's maybe Clay Barnett.
Yep.
So Barnett carrying the Texas flag. And a nice little showing out of the tunnel there for the Howe Bulldogs as they have made their way into the far north or south end zone, rather. They came out of the north end zone and ran all the way to the south end zone. Just got through with a prayer. Now they're coming back. We want to say kudos and hello to Michelle Carney on the sideline. She's always down there taking tons of photos. We're really fortunate to have Michelle Carney at each and every Howe Bulldogs football game so that all the parents and fans can get a good look at what's going on down the field. And she usually has those loaded by Saturday morning. So
takes great pictures.
Absolutely. Still waiting on the Bells Panthers to come out of their tunnel. It seems to be rocking a little bit. Coach Del West says something to him. He turns around and starts walking.
Here comes the Panthers.
And the Bells Panthers come out. A little bit of a new look for the Panthers this year. First time that I can ever remember they're in gold helmets. They still have the maroon pants and maroon jersey, gold number, but the gold helmet with the block maroon B. So just a flip of the helmet, everything else is kind of the same.
If you will please stand and remove your hats.
I think we're ready
going
for
to
the
have a little word of
prayer.
prayer followed by the national anthem and then the coin toss.
I think you could probably hear the PA
Brother
there.
Cody
It's
Nelson will lead us in prayer.
prayer followed by national anthem, followed by coin toss. Here's
Father
the
God,
prayer.
what a joy it is to come and watch football tonight. Father God, what a privilege it is to be out and about. And Lord, I pray, Lord, that you would just keep us healthy, keep us safe, protect the players. Lord, just allow us to enjoy the things that you've blessed us with, the nature and the beauty. Lord, we ask you to keep this cool breeze here. Lord, we ask you to be with Coach West and help him keep his cool tonight, Lord. Lord, as you lead and direct us. Lord, we thank you for loving us, and we thank you for Jesus Christ who died on the cross for us, to where we can have eternal life and spend it with you. In your name I pray. Amen.
Coach West getting prayers tonight.
Nice breeze coming out of the east, blowing the flag slightly to the west. And with that, it is football time in Texas, in Bells, Texas. Beautiful rendition of our national anthem by the Bells band. Now a little bit different situation. The bands are in the end zone, so they weren't shooting directly at us.
Captain
With
for the Bulldogs, number 3, Jordan
may not have
Jones.
been as loud as normal. And for the Bulldogs,
Captain for the
Jordan
Panthers,
Jones
number 77, Big Drake Stevens.
will be the captain. And Drake Stevens will come out for the Bells Panthers. And Caroline Slauson will follow him out, and she'll have the coin toss at midfield.
Be taken from us at any moment, okay? So let's make the most of it. Have a good game. Keep the players in line. If we have any questions, we'll come to y'all, okay? Y'all the leaders of y'all's team, so we're going to be looking at y'all, all right? Y'all have any questions for us? Okay, you're the visiting team, so you're going to get to call it what you call. What did he say? Tails. Okay. That is tails. That is head. All right, here we go.
A little windy down there, Caroline.
You want the ball, correct? What end do you want to kick from? Kick from the clock. Okay, put your back to the clock.
Okay, it appears that the Bells won the toss. Let me turn that down a little bit there. It appears that Bells won the toss. Caroline didn't win the toss. Caroline may have won the toss. I don't know. The Bells won the toss. They elected to defer. So Howe's going to get the football first to start this game. You know, anytime you have a good defense, you can tell during the coin toss how much confidence you have in your defense. If you're going to win the coin toss and elect to defer, you feel pretty good about what you're going to do defensively.
Well, like I said, the Bells team, we know the offense can move the ball. If this defense can step up, and apparently Coach West has faith in the defense that they can come out and maybe make a stop here tonight.
So kicking off for Bells.
Back deep for the Bulldogs, number 3, Jordan Jones.
It appears.
Number 24, Cooper Jones.
It appears to be Keaton High. So Howe will start with the ball first. Getting ready for the Tech Wave kickoff, the first one of the night, as the sun is almost tucked behind the bleachers. We got a few more minutes to go. We are out in the stands, by the way. The Tech Wave kickoff is in the air. It's a high kick, going to be taken at the 9-yard line by Jordan Jones. Coming up the right hash and is brought down on. No, he stays on his feet for another 3 or 4 steps up to the 25-yard line.
Last week they picked on Ryan Huff quite a bit. This time they got Jordan Jones, and Jones able to make a decent return here.
Yeah, that was a nice deep kick to about the 9 on the right hash.
For the Bulldogs on their own 26-yard
Jones fielded it cleanly, and here we go. They're going to give Howe the ball at the 26 to start. Howe's moving right to left towards the south in their white uniforms, gray pants, thick black stripe down the side, black numbers, black helmets with dogs in script only on the right side. It's blank on the left. Pistol formation for Haley, and he's going to hand it off Carson Daniels. First play, first man through, and he's good for maybe 4 yards up to the 29-yard line. A nice start for the Bulldogs.
Hand off right there to the fullback there to Daniels. We saw him a couple of times last week, and they saw a couple of different runners last week. Saw Daniels, we saw Hayes.
About 3 yards on the play brings up
Jalen Thornton, who will not be
7.
here tonight, but give Daniels a chance to get some touches there.
So another pistol formation with only Daniels in the backfield. Man in motion comes across, and getting the carry is Matt Hayes, and around the left edge, and he's got enough to get across the 30 to the 31, so give Hayes a couple on his first carry of the night. Right past the 31, in between the 31 and the 32.
So far, so good. Not too bad. Jet sweep there around that left side. So you find yourself in 3rd and 4. It'll be an interesting call here.
Jones is split out wide to the near side. Left on the offensive side. 2 men in the backfield, and Haley pitches it out to Hayes on the right. He's got maybe 2 on the pitch out to the right side. Now he's on the right hash and brought down, and it's going to be 4th down across the 35 at about the 33-yard line.
Good job there on that pitch out there, but good containment and good tackle there by 52 Hank Weaver, the defensive tackle, to close up that hole there. And a 3 and out, which you did not want for the Bulldogs.
Well, with Jalen Thornton out of the game, it'll be Cooper Jones to do the punting tonight, and he'll stand at his own 22-yard line. Good snap. Jones brings it down, a wobbly kick off the side of his foot over toward the right side, and it goes out of bounds inside the 40 at about the 38. Not a bad kick for the freshman on his first one of his career. We worked a little bit on Saturday on trying to get him to spiral the football, and he can boot it. He certainly can do that. So Bells will take over for their first time tonight at 10-11. Now mark the time, because we'll see what time they give it up. They keep it a long time when they get it. Ball's going to be spotted at the 38-yard line to start. So here we come in the slot T. And it's going to be Blake Rowland, the quarterback. And he'll give it to Baker to start the game. A lot of running room. He slips a defender, got close to a first down, a lot of first down. Now way past the first down to the 39-yard line.
Well, so much for a 3 yards in a cloud of dust there, a pitch out. That's almost like a pass play for them. Get it out there, out there to the swing man there, and get him in open area.
Below the waist.
And gets the first down almost up to midfield. But there is a flag on the play.
And blocking below the waist against Bells.
That's one thing in this sloppy offense. The offensive linemen have to block low, and I guess in that time they got called for the penalty.
Replay first down.
So it'll be first
for the Panthers.
And well, there's a spot foul on that, I guess. So they'll spot it. They'll spot the ball back at the 38. 1st and 12. This will be a handoff around the left side. Hit hard. Down by Carson Daniels at the 44-yard line. Just popped hard.
Number 3.
A handoff there, yeah. Daniels comes from that linebacker position.
Short gain on the play. Brings
that middle
up
linebacker there's
the
Sam linebacker, and I tell you what, he was waiting there right for him and delivered a good pop.
Ball at the 39. It'll be 2nd down and 9 as the cloud is, the sun is almost behind the bleachers. It's enough to take the visor off. Here's a toss by Rowland.
Handoff number 3.
He's going to hand it off actually right up the middle. And this is the hard part about the slot T. You just don't know who has the ball. And that was the first man through, Brock Baker.
Tackle number 51.
Yeah, not only do they not know who has the ball, sometimes we won't know who has the ball. There's a lot of misdirection with this offense.
Brings up 3rd and 4 for the Panthers.
A nice gain up there to about the 44-yard line. Brings up 3rd and 4 for Bells as they break the huddle. Only about 4 yards away from the ball when they're in the huddle. And here's a handoff again, and that's going to be
handoff to 44.
That's going to be a first down for Waldrop, the halfback. He's 5'10", 155-pound sophomore. Grady Waldrop for the first down run. They also have Bo Baker, who's a junior, and they have Brock Baker, who's a sophomore. Young talent in the backfield for the Bells Panthers.
And Coach West said they only graduated six guys from last year's team, so they're bringing back a lot of people, especially at the skill positions, including Roland, the quarterback.
First down and 10. Roland under center, and he's going to roll out and want to throw deep down the left side, all alone. There he is, making the catch at the 20, and rolling into the end zone for a touchdown is the wide receiver Tanner Carter, 6'3", 180-pound senior, and it doesn't take long like we thought because they got Howe napping a little bit through the ball.
They lull you to sleep, get a bunch of men in the box, and it was kind of a bootleg. And Carter, we got back behind the secondary, I think back behind Hayes. And Carter, all he had to do was wait for it and able to basically walk into the end zone.
So on for the PAT will be Keaton High, and it'll be Carter to hold. The ball is knocked away on the tee. Carter's going to have it, and he's going to be in trouble around the 17-yard line. Is brought down by a host of Bulldogs.
No extra point.
So it stays at 6-0. We'll take a quick timeout. We'll be right back right after this.
If you've ever been in an automobile accident, who do you trust for your needed repairs? Star Auto Body is Texoma's most trusted body shop, serving all of Grayson County and surrounding counties since 1992. Star Auto Body is locally owned and operated. Services include major collision repairs with or without insurance claims, minor cosmetic repairs, parts replacement, and refinishing. Choose Star Auto Body and Alignments in Howe, Texas, 903-532-5365. Star Auto Body of Howe, Texas.
This is Michelle Castle with Guild Mortgage, welcoming you to Howe Bulldogs football. Guild is delivering on the promise of home to hundreds of thousands of people just like you for over 60 years. With a big heart and a desire to serve, we're committed to making life better in our communities. This is where we live, and we're committed to building it with you.
Guild Mortgage is an equal housing lender company, NMLS 3274. Michelle Castle, NMLS number 231122. Branch address 714 North Travis Street, Sherman, Texas 75090. All loans subject to underwriting approval. Terms and conditions apply. Subject to change without notice.
The hit exterior scoring drive recap, 5 plays, 62 yards for Bells, capped off by a 48-yard touchdown from Blake Rowland to Tanner Carter, and they snuck a pass on Howe and scored 6-0. And now the takeaway kickoff was kicked in the end zone for a touchback, and Howe will start again at their own 25 rather, sorry.
Well, exactly what the Bulldogs didn't want was to go 3 and out, give it to the Panthers on their first possession. Good thing is they didn't take a lot of time off the score.
Well, with the advent of huddle these days,
First and 10 for the
sometimes you
Bulldogs
just
at
want
the
to
25-yard
show some
line.
things on film to make sure everybody respects you and maybe pull some people out of the box for next week's game. Haley in the gun sends Lopez in motion, but a handoff early to Carson Daniels in a big hole up the middle to good for about 7 yards on first down. Pass at the 30 to the 32-yard line.
I'll tell you what, without Jalen Thornton, they're trying to get Daniels
7 yards on the play.
touches.
Second and third
Again,
for the
played that
Bulldogs.
fullback position right behind the pistol and got it first man up.
Hey,
able to drill his way for 8 yards.
No false start so far tonight.
So far so good. Don't jinx us.
Man in motion is Lopez again. Haley handoff. No, he's going to keep it around the right edge. He's got some room. Lowers his shoulders for a first down. And now a late flag comes in from the back.
Well, the RPO or option there. Read it. Decided to keep it. The defense was crashing in. He's got to keep it. Got around the right side. He got the first down, but it's the flag.
Personal foul face mask against the Panthers.
It's going to be face mask against Bell. So Howe with the, gosh, you don't get too many breaks here these days, but that's a pretty good break right there.
I thought you jinxed us there for a second with the flag.
I as well. The ball will be spotted just past midfield now on the Bell side of the field at the 49-yard line. And Howe out on the field to start. The sun is halfway past down the bleachers there. It's just getting to be nice. Shotgun. And Haley's going to keep it again around the left edge. He might have got back to the line of scrimmage, may have even got a yard.
Number 20, Landon Morris.
Maybe a yard, I believe. Now they're going to spot him at the 49. No gain.
Had that option, one to maybe pitch it there, but good job by the Panthers by covering the pitch man.
Second 10 for the Bulldogs.
And containing Haley for a minimal gain.
Jordan Jones split out near side. Matt Hayes in the slot near side. And Haley, a flag is down. He loses the ball. He dives forward. He's able to recover it. A big loss back to the 38-yard line, but a flag is down, and we'll check that. It might have been movement up front. I think I saw that, but
I would say movement, or I was thinking maybe offsides too, one of the two, because they were bringing extra men on both sides of the ball, and it was offsides against the Panthers.
So again, another break for Howe. 7:13 on the first quarter clock. Bells is leading 6-0, and Howe is going to face a second down and about 5 situation here at the 44-yard line of Bells.
So far, the offense is doing fairly well. They've got a couple of breaks here with couple of penalties, but so far they're moving the ball.
Lopez and Jones on the right side. Hayes moves a little bit early, and they're going to negate the 5 yards they got from Bells a moment ago.
The illegal procedure called against the Bulldogs.
Hayes just moved his feet just a little bit.
Was trying to go forward, and they kind of thought about it. They moved again, and they caught him on the second time.
Second down, be second down and 10.
So second and 10 now. No harm, no foul, I guess. If you got one, you give up one. So 6:50 on the clock. This will be the 5th play of the drive for Howe. Pistol formation, Daniels and Hayes behind him. They changed the play at the line of scrimmage. Haley in the pistol, wants it, 6:37, 2 seconds on the play clock. Now he's flushed down to the pocket. He's going to have to run. He's going to gain maybe back to the line of scrimmage, maybe a yard. It's going to be 3rd and apparently 10.
On the stop, Cole Moore.
Yeah, I don't know what he saw on defense there, but yeah, they got through the offensive line pretty quickly there. Good job by Haley just to avoid pressure whenever he could and get back to the line of scrimmage and not lose anything.
This is the 6th play of the drive, which is more than either team so far early on in this football game. You would think Bells would eclipse that, but they scored early. Haley wanted to throw, and now he's hit hard. He turned around out of the pocket, and he was leveled at the 47-yard line. And a flag is down.
It's a late flag. Is that on?
And we have a flag on the play.
Blizzard saying it's against Bells.
No indication just yet. This ball is spotted right now at the 48-yard line, back in Bell's territory. And now you hear that from the PA. It's unsportsmanlike conduct against Bells. So another break for Howe, as that'll be a 1st down. And that'll keep the drive going, which is at the 6th play or 7th play now.
That's what you need right now. They're 3rd down, and they would have had to punt at that point. But Haley rolled to his left, couldn't find nobody, tried to reverse field, and got smacked there by the defensive lineman. I think that was Drake Stevens.
1st and 10 for the Bulldogs.
But now a first and downs because of the personal foul against the Panthers.
They'll spot it at the 37, I believe, if I can see correctly down there. After the penalty. Pistol formation. Haley is going to hand it on the trap to the inside to Elo. And Ethan Lopez will scoot past the 35 to about the 33-yard line.
Number 50,
yeah, a lot of looks like there's a man in motion, and yeah, Lopez gets the trap play right behind that left guard. Caleb Hicks, and able to burrow his way for 4 or 5 yards. And the Bulldogs are kind of doing what the Panthers doing. They're kind of taking time off the clock in a methodical drive.
We talked about the crowd from Bells early, but Howe's brought a pretty good crowd over here tonight as well, filling up this thing. 2nd down and 6 for Howe. 5:01 on the clock in the 1st. Haley wants to run. Left side, breaks a tackle, and goes enough for a 1st down, I believe. A nice run by Haley as he didn't stop his feet.
Faked a handoff and took it right off the gut and spun his way and worked his way, and that was an extra effort there by Austin Haley to get the 1st down and a fresh set of downs.
We're not quite as high as we normally are in a press box situation, so we're closer to field level, which makes it a little bit tougher to see.
It does.
So we're relying on the scoreboard a lot for the down and yard. 1st and 10 from the 22-yard line. Hayes goes in motion. He gets the carry on the jet sweep to the right side, and he couldn't get there fast enough. He couldn't get to the edge. He tried to cut it inside, and right there was Bells Panthers.
Yeah, trying to put it upfield. Good pursuit there by Bo Baker to help lead the cavalry for the Panthers. A 2-yard gain there, and they've been going right between the tackles with Daniels and Hayes. but that time tried to break it outside, nothing there.
So it's 2nd down and 8, and the good news is the offense looks alive tonight.
It does.
A lot better than a week ago for sure. 3:58 on the clock. Pistol formation, as this is going to be a handoff to Elo's, hit immediately. No trickery right there. They faked it on the counter.
Number 36, Cooper Smith.
And they tried to, they faked it to Daniels and gave it to Ethan Lopez on the misdirection, and Lopez had 3 guys right in his face.
Right there, couldn't get anything started, so.
That's a loss of 4.
We haven't seen, we've only seen one time
3-yard loss on the
that
play.
Haley
Brings up
dropped back the
3rd and 11
pass,
for the Bulldogs.
and he was sacked at that time. That was when he got the personal foul, so we may see his arm right here.
Jones split out way to the left. Haley drops back 3 steps, has to run out of the pocket, and throws it at the feet of Carson Daniels. Incomplete, as Haley had all kinds of pressure coming right up the middle. It's 4th down.
Yeah, number 6, Cannon Payne, coming from that right side, and he had to hurry up, get rid of it. I don't know if that was supposed to be maybe a screen or if he was just trying to dump it off there to Carson Daniels and just couldn't get it to him.
So it's 4th down and 11. Situation, no kicker tonight.
Ugh.
He's in COVID quarantine. Kevin Flores, K9, is out. So they're going to go for it here on 4th down. 3:13 on the clock. 12th play of the drive. Handoff to Matthew Hayes, slipping a couple of defenders, is brought down hard by the huge defensive tackle, Drake Stevens. Stevens is a monster. He's 5'10", 300-pound senior. Big kid. And he just swallowed up Matt Hayes.
Interesting play call there. 3rd and 10, and you run the ball on the 24-yard line. I would almost think, why would you try
1st and 10 for the Panthers
to
at
throw the
their
ball
own
there?
19-yard line.
I know Haley hadn't had a lot of time to throw, but just interesting call there.
So a very Bells-like drive for Howe. It was 5 minutes and 20 seconds off the clock and 13 plays from the 25 to the 19. And here's Rowland going to keep it around the right side. And that's Baker actually, he got the carry around the right edge and gains a few on 1st down to make it 2nd down and 6.
Braden Wise.
Run on that
5 yards on the
there.
play brings up 2nd 5 for the Panthers.
Again, they get 4 or 5 yards a clip here. And their goal, even if they get 3rd and short, 4th and short, they'll probably go for it.
Well, if they're near midfield at all, and it's 4th and 3, you can bet you they're going to try to risk it. 2:34 on the clock here in the 1st. Rowland, toss, left side. Looking for somewhere to go is Baker, and he does. He finds near side. Slips a lot of defenders. He's got midfield. He's got the 45 and brought down by Jordan Jones on the Howe side of the field at the 39-yard line.
Jordan Jones.
Getting Baker out there in space. Again, pitch out to the left side. Then get there out there and found a hole and cut back upfield for the biggest run of the night for the Panthers.
.39-yard run. And now what, we got a tack-on penalty at the end of this.
Unsportsmanlike conduct.
Unsportsmanlike conduct against Howe. We'll place it now inside the 25 at the 23-yard line.
Whatever the call was, Coach Jay didn't like it. He's trying to get an explanation.
The 1st and 10 for the Panthers at the Bulldog 23-yard line.
The officials are...
It was unsportsmanlike conduct on the tackle by Jordan. It was really nothing. Coach Jay has a right to be upset.
It looked like he went over the back, perhaps, but not a horse collar. And now, do we have another flag?
Another flag on the play.
And we do. And what is this? And the officials are pointing at the Howe bench.
I think that may have been one of the coaches, or I don't think it was Coach Jay. I mean,
let's see what the official is going to say here.
Unsportsmanlike conduct.
And another unsportsmanlike conduct. And
whatever it was against the sidelines of the Bulldogs.
It was one of the coaches. I don't believe it was Coach Jay.
I don't think so either. I think he had said what he needed to say, and then.
So now they spotted inside the 15 to the 13. Here we go.
It wasn't Coach Jay.
The 1st and 10 for the Panthers on the Bulldog 13-yard line.
So here we go. 1st and 10 at the 13, and this is going to be a misdirection. And where's it going? Straight up the middle.
And off number 44, Grady Walter.
I thought that was Brock Baker who had the ball. It was Baker.
It was Baker.
Even the PA guy gets screwed up here because it's hard to tell.
You had one guy going left, one guy going right, and then Baker got it up the middle. Right by the
Second
right
down and
guard.
1 for the Panthers.
So the ball now spotted inside
Ball
the
at the
5 at the
5-yard
4.
line, the
And
Bulldogs.
Bells looks like they're about to score with 1:43 left to go in the first. They break the huddle. They come to the line of scrimmage. Rowland goes under center. 2 men in the backfield. They hand it off to the first man through, and that's Baker.
And number 3,
And he's going to
Baker.
get maybe to the 1 yard line. It's going to be close. They're knocking on the door right here. Gain of 3 to the 1.
Panthers.
This is bread and butter here for Del West.
And it's also a first down. So it's first and goal from the millimeter line.
And a team that likes to run the ball,
First
I
and
mean,
goal for the Panthers.
you can pretty much pencil it in here.
Yeah, you would think so.
Unless you get a turnover, unless you get a fumble.
So they're bringing the play in, old school. You know, they're sending players in. You know,
Yeah.
everything is 1955 with the slot T. Everything. But it sure is successful. Rowland goes under center. He tosses out left side. Baker looking for the edge, and he's in. Touchdown Bells for the second time tonight. They move it to 12-0 with 59 seconds left to go in the first. And they'll be on for the PAT, or will they try to go for 2 here? They're apparently just going to try to go for the PAT.
That drive was highlighted by that big run and 2 personal foul penalties by the Bulldogs. Didn't help things.
That was Brock Baker, the touchdown maker. It's on the tee. The kick is up, right down the middle.
Extra point
And it is good. The PAT is good. 13-0, our new score. 59
13,
seconds left to go
Bulldogs
here in the
0.
first. We'll be right back right after this timeout.
Buying and or selling your next home should be an enjoyable experience. At Ann's Realty Group, our commitment to the personal relationship of the transaction ensures not only the level of communication that you deserve, but also the assurance that we will be here the next time you need us. We're not a big box real estate company by design. The flexibility that the freedom of being an independent brokerage allows us to be fully at your service as you need us to be. Ann's Realty Group, Ann Dick and Broker for all your real estate needs. 903-818-2676.
Since 2011, Scoggins Funeral Home and Crematory has walked with hundreds of families through the most overwhelming time of their lives. Their job is simple: to make this season a little easier. What you can expect is a no-pressure, people-first philosophy, custom services for memorials that you'll remember forever, and reasonable pricing. Tommy and Bobby K. Scoggins have built a reputation over the past 30 years in the funeral business for making every family feel at home. Visit ScogginsFuneralHome.com or call 903-482-5225.
Welcome back. It was a 5-play, 81-yard drive. And here's the Tech Wave kickoff, going to be taken by Ryan Huff at the middle of the field. The ball comes out. Howe's able to fall back on it at the 34-yard line. So Howe will take over there as we're trying to fix the static that we have. So ball at the 34. The hit exterior scoring drive recap, 5 plays, 81 yards for Bells. It took 2 minutes and 14 seconds off the clock. It was a 1-yard touchdown plunge by Brock Baker, and it makes it 13-0. Bells was helped out there by 2 Howe personal foul calls right there. And here is Haley wanting to throw screen pass out. It's going to be caught and dropped by Matt Hayes. It could be a lateral, and he falls back on it. Are they going to call that a lateral or an incomplete pass?
I haven't seen indication yet. I thought that was incomplete. I think they're calling it incomplete.
Incomplete pass. It's going to come back to the line of scrimmage.
So a quick pass over there to Hayes. Yeah, Hayes just missed that one.
It's a good job by Hayes to be alert enough to know, hey, I've got to fall on the ball because I don't know what they're going to call.
I think so. Until you hear a whistle for sure, I'd fall on it.
Very smart by Hayes to be aware of the situation. So it's 2nd down and 10, Howe from their own 35-yard line. And this is going to be Haley on the pitch to the near side. Hayes, and he's got his legs taken out from under him before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. A loss of 1 to the 34.
Option there to the short side of the field.
At number 5, Keaton High.
At number 5, Keaton High coming in from the cornerback position, knocking his way in there to take out, as you said, the legs out of Hayes. And all of a sudden, the Bulldogs again are finding themselves in a 3rd and long situation.
17 seconds on the clock. It's rolling here in the first quarter. They may elect just to let this thing roll down, but nope, looks like they're going to snap it. Haley in the gun on 3rd down and 10. Apparently Hayes got back to the line of scrimmage. Looking deep down the field. Haley fires it out for Jordan Jones, and it's just incomplete.
Pass falls incomplete.
It's just a little bit to the right and short of him. So Haley is not used to having a lot of time back there, and he got rid of it maybe a little quicker than he wanted to.
Well, they brought 2 linebackers on each side. A good job by the Bulldogs to pass protect there on the blitz and give Haley a little bit of extra time there, a little bit of a pocket, and threw it just a little bit in front of Jones on the post pattern.
Howe will punt for the second time tonight.
Back deep for the Panthers, number 2, Bo Baker.
And Cooper Jones will stand at his own 24-yard line to punt this one away. A little breeze perhaps coming in his face. Here's a high kick, wobbly, it's going to bounce. Inside the 40 is going to be taken by
Pyle.
I think that is
Pyle.
Caden Pyle. And that was kind of dangerous. He picked it up on the fly and had a Bulldog right in his face. He could have been really lit up right there, but he slides out of bounds, and Bells will start at their own 35. We'll take a quick timeout. We'll be right back right after this.
Are you motivated?
Coach, we're highly motivated for Sonic.
What?
Coach, you know we're rough and tough, but sometimes we just need a burger, tots, and a shake.
Oh my goodness. Well, if you're going to Sonic and Howe, pick me up some of those handmade onion rings.
Yes, sir. Sonic of Howe is where you get great food and big smiles.
It's not just good.
It's Sonic good.
Whoa, those onion rings really bring the hammer down.
Cooler heads prevail in football, and for over 50 years, Baker Air Conditioning and Heating have been keeping the Bulldogs cooled off. Not too many have reached 50 years in Howe, but Baker Air Conditioning and Heating have been at 215 North Denny Street since Richard Nixon was president. But there's nothing tricky about Baker Air Conditioning and Heating. They have a great reputation by servicing all brands. If the heat gets to you, call them at 903-532-6255.
Welcome back. It is 1st and 10 for Bells. We flip sides of the field. Another pass attempt right here in the middle. That's going to be picked off by Matt Hayes at the 40-yard line. There's your turnover, Justin White. Let's check down with Caroline Slauson with our Night Furniture sideline report.
Hey guys, well, the energy down here is much better than it was last game, as you guys can imagine, and we're just hoping to come out here with a W. Fingers crossed.
Well, that's a good start right there, getting an interception from Matthew Hayes on the first down from Bell's possession.
Well, we talked about needing to steal some possessions right there. You get an interception. Hayes did a good job there. It was in double coverage. Safety was over the top. I think that was Heimel, and Hayes able to read that and bring it down and give the Bulldogs another possession. Go ahead,
Fool
Blake.
me once.
The defensive line had great pressure there, and we're in the quarterback's face, and he had to throw it up into double coverage.
So Howe will start at their own 40. Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, right? Isn't that the kind of the situation right there?
They got him there.
So now, after all of that excitement and positive mojo, a delay of game will start the Bulldogs back first and 15.
Brings up 1st and 15.
So instead of being at the 40, we'll now start at the 35-yard line. 11:53 on the clock here in the second. Haley in the gun by himself. Actually, he's in the pistol. Daniels behind him. Steps back, 3 steps, rolls out of the pocket now, flushed out of the pocket now, is going to be corralled by his shirt collar and slowed down for a pretty big loss of about
Cooper
7 or
Smith.
8 or 9. It's Cooper Smith on
And
the
also
side.
number 77,
Haley
Big Drake Stevens.
had a little bit extra time, but still not a lot to be able to survey his receivers there before, again, at number 52, Hank Weaver was barreling down on him.
Well, you get that clock going fast in your head, and then all of a sudden, you know, you don't find your receivers as quickly as you want to when that clock's going a little quick, and it seems to be going a little quick for Haley right now. Pistol formation, and Haley's going to keep it up the middle and just tucks and goes straight up. And he's going to gain maybe 2 or 3.
Tackle by number 77,
perhaps to the
Big Drake
27-yard
Stevens.
line.
Yeah, that was a quarterback design run. He got it,
Also
took one
number
step back,
50
and
on
then
the stop, Cole
went straight
Moore.
up the gut just to try to get some extra breathing room, and they find themselves again behind the
Brings
sticks,
up
3rd
third
and
and long for the
25.
Bulldogs.
They'll spot it at the 25, so give him 1 yard on that. 10:42 and ticking here in the second. Howe facing a 3rd and Denison. Haley drops back 3 steps. He's got a lot of time right here. Rolls out right, a lot of time. Wants to throw it now. He's going to take a big hit. At some point, you just at least got to throw the football away or something right there. He had all kinds of room to run. If he just tucked it and run, he'd have probably had 10, perhaps.
Brings up 4th and long.
Just still trying to find that receiver downfield.
Yeah, it looked like they rushed 3, and yeah, he had plenty of time. Rolled to his right, had time to read a book, make a phone call, but just could not find anybody down. And yeah, you want to throw that away because you're going to be taking hits a lot, and that's a chance. That's an opportunity where you don't have to take one.
Yeah, you certainly don't want to take a hit like that if you can just throw it out of bounds in that situation. So now Jones will punt again for the 3rd time tonight. And this one is a high wobbly kick, going to be taken at the 47-yard line. Quickly across the side of the field. We've got an injured Bulldog down. And Baker goes all the way around to the right side and is finally tackled at about the 43-yard line by Jordan Jones on the very far side on the Bells bench.
Caleb Hicks looks like he got ear-holed there on a block.
Nice block by 28, Aiden Brown.
And I wonder if that was, I thought maybe it would be maybe not a block in the back, but some kind of an illegal hit, but they didn't call that. And he got lit up pretty good, though.
We used to call those snot floppers.
1st and 10 for the Panthers.
So Bells will have it
42-yard line.
At the 42-yard line to start, at the Howe 42. And this is going to be a handoff up the middle.
Grady Waldrop,
and that's going to be Waldrop on the carry, and he'll gain a few. It's 13-0, Howe in the lead. Bells in the lead, rather. 9:30 on the clock here in the 2nd.
Tackle by number 64.
Went heavy right there. You had all your linemen
Jackson
at the tight ends, and went just right off the gut and mano-a-mano against the Howe defensive line.
4 yards on the play. Brings up 2nd.
4 yards for Waldrop on the carry. It's 2nd down and 6. And we're just about at the 9-minute mark. Everybody comes tight. You've seen this a lot from Howe. If you're a Howe fan, you've seen this. And here is the 8-hole reverse is what they call it.
Nice hard run.
And it's basically, it looks like a reverse, but it's a trap from the far side to the near. And that is going to be a pretty good
Panther first down
run by Baker to pick up a 1st down. Bo Baker.
Remember they ran that 8-hole reverse last year. Yeah, I guess you've seen it too many times with
Bulldogs.
Howe.
It's usually a 3rd down play. I mean, I've seen this offense enough to know that that's your 3rd down, get out of jail play.
And that got him out of jail, right? They got him a fresh set of downs.
Ball at the 29-yard line. 1st and 10 for Bells. Moving right to left. Handoff, left side. And that's Waldrop, and his feet just went out from under him. Looked like he was shot with a rifle from in the calf or something. His legs
Sniper hit him?
Yeah. He went down fast, but he gets right back up. He's okay. You know, when somebody tears an Achilles or something like that, that's how they go down. But I thought the turf monster might have got him, but looks like he's okay.
Well, look, he got right back up.
Sniper on top of the concession stand or something. 8:23 on the clock. Man in motion is Bo Baker. This is going to be a handoff up the middle to the other Baker. Brock Baker on the right guard side, and he gains a few. We're now at the 8-minute mark as Carson Daniels makes the stop.
Well, I wonder at what point here you may see another pass.
2 yards on the play. Brings up 3rd.
It's going to be 3rd and 4 as they spot the ball at the 23-yard line.
You kind of lulled the defense to sleep here the last few plays with a lot of runs.
I don't think you're going to see a pass.
Don't think what?
I don't think we might not see another one the whole night, to be honest with you. I think that might be it.
After the interception, I guess?
I think that's it. Under center. Rowland's going to hand off near side.
Hand off 44.
That is Waldrop again around the left tackle side.
Looks like
and
another
he's got
Panther
enough for a
down.
first down with 7:31 left to go here in the 2nd. As Bells again sniffing the end zone.
Number 10 on the stop, Joey Heimel.
Left in, and again they get the ball so quickly and are moving so far upfield so quickly. Before you get a chance to tackle anybody, they've gone 5-6 yards upfield.
Bulldog 15-yard line.
And again, another fresh set of downs.
So ball at the 15, and Bells is smelling blood right here. 7:11 on the clock. 13-0. They lead over Howe here in the 2nd. Rowland sends a man in motion, and that's going to be Bo Baker getting the toss, getting a
Toss
good
back to Bo
block
Baker, number 2.
from the other Baker, who sends him apparently into the end
Touchdown,
zone for a
Panthers.
touchdown. And they extend the lead 19
Number
to
2,
nothing.
Bo Baker in for the
With
score.
6:57 left to go in the second, as Bo Baker got a great block from Brock Baker.
Yeah, pitch out the right side, the whole, almost like a student body right there. Everybody going to the right, and everybody got a hat on somebody, and Baker able to tightrope the sideline and get the end zone for the touchdown, 19 to nothing.
And apparently it's going to be Keaton High on for the PAT again. Carter to hold, it's on the tee. High's kick is low, but it's right through the middle
Extra point is
of
good,
the
but number
uprights.
5,
20 to
Keaton
nothing. Bell's in
Panthers
the
20,
lead
Bulldogs 0.
with 6:57 left to go in the second. We'll be right back right after this timeout.
Corfit Gym on Haining Street in Howe has a lot of new things to offer. Did you know they have an Iron Mike batting cage for baseball and softball lessons with on-site instructors? They also have a brand new stand-up tanning bed. Corfit Gym has 4 personal trainers available and features sports performance programs for athletes. At Corfit Gym, memberships are only $40 for the entire family or $30 per individual. Corfit Gym is on Facebook and located at 300 Haining Street in Howe. Call them at 469-371-0603.
Who, why, and how? Who are we? We're Pradera Mobile Home Community. Why live in Pradera? Because of Howe. Howe, Texas, that is. Howe is a small community with an outstanding school district and close proximity to all amenities you need. Pradera Mobile Home Community is tucked away between Highway 75 and Highway 5 near Bulldog Stadium. Our residents love that our community is so clean. They also love their 2 parks and their swimming pool. Pradera Mobile Home Community, 903-532-0014.
Welcome back. Your Tech Wave kickoff from the 40 by High is a low line drive going to be taken by Cooper Jones at the 10. Rolling to the near side of the field, the middle of the field, breaks 1 tackle, but is hit hard and hammered down inside the 25, maybe at the 20-yard line. Your hit exterior scoring drive recap was 6 plays, 48 yards for Bells, took 2 minutes and 43 seconds off the clock. It was a 15-yard touchdown by Bo Baker, who got a great block from Brock Baker around the right edge, and that brings us to our new score, 20 to nothing. Bells on top. 6:49 left to go here in the second quarter, and Howe's going to start from their own. What is that, the 20-yard line?
Yes.
5th series for Howe. And a little movement up front, no flag, I don't think. And this is going to be a handoff to Carson Daniels. Nothing doing right there. I don't even know if he got back to the line of scrimmage.
I don't think he did.
Also number 77, Drake Stevens.
Got a read option there, and Daniels got the handoff, but yeah, they came.
Also 66, Coach
8-9 bodies came right at the Bulldog at Daniels right as soon as he got it, and was loss of maybe loss of 1 or 2.
Well, I think they give him the line of scrimmage. It's back to the 20. No, they do put it at the 19. So it is a loss of.
Brings up 2nd and 11.
1.
So here is Haley
Great
wanting to
back
throw.
pass.
Drills a bullet out looking for Ryan Huff, and it falls incomplete.
Pass falls incomplete.
A little
Hard
bit low,
pressure
and
on number 52,
one of the
Hank
Bells
Weaver.
defenders got a hand on it and kind of knocked it down a little bit.
Haley was drilled as he threw it, too.
He's trying to get a slant there, and he's trying to fit it right in between a tight window between a cornerback and maybe a linebacker. And yeah, like you said, it was a little low for him to.
Brings up 3rd and 12.
Things starting to slow down a little bit here. 3rd and 12 for Howe. They had been looking pretty good offensively, but the last couple of drives have not looked very good at all, to be honest with you. 6:07 on the clock. 3rd down and 12. Haley looks a little apprehensive at times back there. Who could blame him? He's going to run around the left edge right here. He's got his shirt pulled and everything else, and now he's going to gain maybe a couple, which will set up another 4th down for Howe. Just ran out of the pocket. It looked like he might throw for a second, but then just tucked it.
Yeah, I wonder if that was just a design run, act like you're about to throw and then just go behind the left guard, but not much there. And yeah, I wonder if he's apprehensive. Yeah, he's got hit enough times. I'd be a little gun shy as well.
Number 2, Bo Baker, and number 7,
certainly understand why. If
24 Jones kicking for the Bulldogs.
4th down, and it's Cooper Jones punt time again for Howe. 5:28 and rolling. as the freshman getting ready to boot this one away. A low snap, but he gets it, and he kicks it right into the back of his offensive line. And now it's picked up by Cooper Smith, and he's going to run it back all the way around the right side. And he is going to be tackled, but inside the 5 or inside the 10-yard line. A punt that just never got 3 feet off the ground.
Number 10, Joey Heimel.
Did it hit a lineman? I thought maybe he just kind of muffed it a little bit.
It had to hit a lineman. I believe it did. Maybe it didn't.
You see it, Blake?
The lineman, he just kind of missed it when he went to kick it.
Be first and goal for the Panthers.
Well, either way, it's
the Bulldogs.
Very favorable for the Panthers now, because now they've got the ball at the 10-yard line.
It looks like the 10. This could get ugly in a hurry right here. And this is going to be Waldrop up the middle. And good for
number 50 with a
maybe
tackle,
5 yards.
Jackson.
Up to the 5.
Well, what you do here is I thought maybe Bells will get the ball and they'll keep it the rest of the half, maybe
Panthers.
score at the end of the half. But now they get a chance to maybe have 2 possessions here.
Roland is going to hand off to Waldrop again, this time right side. He's close to the end zone. He's at the 1, it appears. So again, Bell sniffing the end zone and smelling blood. 4:36 and rolling here in the second. 20-0. Bell's in the lead. Howe trying to put a stop to this
Brings
mess.
that 3rd and goal for the Panthers.
And each run is just kind of backbreaking for the defense here. Each run is 2 or 3 yards and a first down, 2 or 3 yards and a first down.
Rolling under center. Handoff, right side. That's
Handoff to
Waldrop
44,
again. This time he's in. Touchdown
touchdown.
Bells. They extend their lead 26-0.
Number
With
44,
4:13
Waldrop
remaining
score.
in the second. And you can chalk that one up on the punt return by Cooper Smith, on the punt by Cooper Jones, which just didn't get off the ground.
It didn't.
Unfortunate turn of events for Howe. A 1-yard touchdown once again by Waldrop. So now Keaton High on to boot this one through for the PAT. Carter to hold. The snap is on the tee. The kick is a low line drive underneath the goalpost and no good. And we remain at 26-0. 4:13 on the clock here in the second. We'll be back right after this timeout.
At Grayson Cullen Electric Cooperative, GCEC, we have been around for over 80 years and are governed by 7 principles: open and voluntary membership, democratic member control, members' economic participation, autonomy and independence, education, training, and information, cooperation among cooperatives, and concern for community. One of our communities is Howe, Texas, and GCEC is proud to support the Howe Bulldogs. Justin, Bucks North Barbecue in downtown Van Alstyne is closing in on an all-time record. They have given away 37 free birthday buffets so far this month.
That's where all you have to do is show your proof of age and get a free Bucks North Barbecue buffet for your birthday. They even include the drink.
Well, from this angle, they'll keep that offer 5 days before or 5 days after your actual birthday.
It's birthday time in Texas.
Oh, geez. Stop saying everything's in Texas.
Well, Bucks North Barbecue is in downtown Van Alstyne, Texas.
Welcome back. There's 4:13 remaining in the second quarter. And we're just about ready for the Tech Wave kickoff. Let's give you the hit exterior scoring drive recap for Bells. 3 plays, only 10 yards. Took 59 seconds off the clock. It was a 1-yard touchdown by Waldrop after the punt return by Cooper Smith on the Cooper Jones punt.
Taken by number 24,
and here's the Tech
Jones.
Wave kickoff going to be taken by Cooper Jones. He spins out of a tackle and surges forward to about the 25-yard line, perhaps, and that's where Howe will start with 4:07 on the clock here in
Tackle by number
the
19,
first half.
Ben Burleson.
Well,
Clock's not going as fast as what we thought. I mean, usually in Bell's games it just churns, but Howe's done a fairly good job of keeping the offense off the field. Now, some of that's because they're scoring quickly.
Well, again, I talked about when they had that punt, you're thinking maybe Bells will keep the ball the rest of the half, but they could maybe make 2 possessions out of it.
Let's check down with after this play, let's check down with our Night Furniture sideline reporter, Caroline Slauson. Pistol and Haley is going to hand it to Matt Hayes, running from right to left on the jet sweep. Not much doing there as he was tackled maybe for a yard or 2 loss. Let's check down with our Night Furniture sideline reporter.
Okay, number 21.
Hey, guys. Of
course, gotta let that play. Band's about to come out here for halftime. I asked Ms. Cook, how do you choose who comes, band, since only half can come? And it's really who signed up. It's they all want to come, and then some can only come half the time, so it's a lot of switching.
Nice. I think, a lot of them would want to, you would think
so,
sign
yeah.
up. Here is Haley, and the ball gets away. A scramble for it. Bell says they have it, and they're inside the red zone again.
Fumble recovery by number 52, Hank Weaver.
Things are just falling apart.
Haley got, I don't even know, Blake, I don't know if you saw that, if Haley even ever got the snap, or if he was trying to do a handoff or a jet sweep. It looked like he fumbled it right from the get-go.
He tried to do like the jet sweep pass where it's like a push pass, and he never had a handle on the ball, and he just dropped it.
So ball at the Howe 19-yard line for Bells as we turn around.
Extra possessions for Bells.
Yikes, that's ugly. So here we go with that familiar slot T. Man in motion is Bo Baker. They hand it to Brock Baker. He bounces out to the right side. Clear lane.
Baker,
breaks
3.
a tackle at the 5, and he's a tough runner. But he's down inside the 5 at about the 1.
Looks like he's short of the goal line.
Nice, tough run. When you look at this
Tackle by number
formation,
50,
at least when
Luke
I see
Jackson.
it, what I see is Tyler Grisham, and I see Jaden Matthews, and I see Brandon Wall. They're just different players. It's the same.
First and goal to go.
But it's just a different cast of characters.
Line of the Bulldogs.
And instead of the black and white, it's the maroon and gold, but it's the same. And, I've seen it so much.
And the success they're having is good. Is the same too.
Everything is the same. 3:17 on the clock.
And the clock keeps rolling too.
And here comes Bells at the 1-yard line, and Rowland's going to try to sneak it in, and he
Quarterback
does.
keeper Blake Rowland in for the
Touchdown,
touchdown.
Bells on a 1-yard keeper by quarterback Blake Rowland. And they extend their lead 32-0, and we're not at the half yet. It's 3:07 left to go in the second.
Yeah, this is getting ugly for the Bulldogs.
So your hit exterior scoring drive recap, 2 plays, 19 yards for Bells. Took 21 seconds off the clock.
Extra point is good by number 5, Keaton High.
And Keaton High puts the
Panthers,
exclamation
33,
point on it.
Bulldog 0.
With the extra point there. It's 33-0. Bells in the lead. 3:07 left to go in the second. We'll be right back.
This is Coach Jim Fryer, former Bulldog head coach and athletic director. Connie and I still love the Dogs and ask that you show your support by joining the Howe Athletic Booster Club. Their mission is the same today as it was in the 80s. They supported all Howe athletes, girls and boys, middle school and high school. From the alumni to the current fans and parents, we ask you to back the Dogs and to become a member today.
This is Coach Jay. Visit Howe Athletic Booster Club on Facebook. Bulldog pride never dies.
Hello, Bulldog fans. This is Juan Enciso, your local farmers insurance agent here in Howe. We're here to assist you with your insurance needs, including auto, home, life, business needs, and more. We're vested in the community because we are the only insurance agent in Howe. Our office is at 403 West Hanning Street, or we can be reached by calling 972-382-6121. We're also on the web at farmersagent.com/JEnciso. I have the knowledge and experience to help you better understand your insurance coverage options. Call me, Juan Enciso, at 972-382-6121.
Welcome back. Here's the Tech Wave kickoff. It's going to be taken by Jordan Jones, who has a seam and is brought down at the 40-yard line. Was that a horse collar? He's calling for a horse collar. He got called for a personal foul early in the game for a similar type tackle, but they didn't call it there on him.
Yeah, it looked like he tried to tackle high and just maybe he didn't get the hand in there completely.
They'll spot it at the 42. 3:01 we start.
Really, right now, you need to try to keep this drive as long as you possibly can and keep it out of Bell's hands.
3:01 on the clock. Here we go. Haley in the pistol. Carson Daniels right behind him. Man in motion. You're going to fake the jet sweep. Haley wants to throw, and he is brought down hard. About a 4 or 5 yard loss.
Led by number 77.
He has no time. He had time to quickly throw it, but he didn't have anyone to throw it to.
Yeah, I don't think everybody was out of their routes yet by the time he was ready to throw it. And looks like, and too, we're starting to see a little bit, kind of like last week. It looked like some guys are starting to move a little early here. They haven't called it yet, but you can kind of see some of the Bills coaches kind of raising their hands, and maybe there's a false start going on.
Colby Taylor split out wide to the right. And a high snap. Haley has to bring it down, and he's brought down hard again, inside the 35 to the 34.
Covered up by number 36,
Wow.
Cooper Smith.
So Howe going backwards. It's second down and 14, or third down. No, it's second down still, right? No, it's third down.
It's third
down.
down.
Looks like a timeout's going to be called, apparently. Howe has called a timeout. We'll take one quickly, real quick, too. We'll be right back right after this.
Independent Financial is proud to support Howe ISD and their hardworking students, teachers, and staff. We share your vision for a brighter tomorrow and a championship season. For every challenge, Independent Financial has you covered. Our team can suggest a wide range of financial products to make your personal banking fast and easy. Plus, we have the know-how to deliver the game-changing business banking solutions. Independent Financial, your community in your corner. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender. You're listening to Howe Bulldogs football on HoweEnterprise.com. Not a member of FDIC. Not an equal housing lender. Fake license number 8675309. Howe, Portland, Seattle.
So we're back. 1:55 left to go in the second. We're getting ready for the Legend Bank halftime show. We've got an interview with the great Mike Zagleski at halftime for you. We're also going to have an interview with Sierra Copeland coming up at halftime.
Third and 19 for the Bulldogs.
A minute 55 left. Here in the second, Howe trails 33-0. Turnovers don't help. And this is going to be a new quarterback into the game. And he bounces it out and hands off to the first man through, who's brought down immediately. Ethan Lopez into the game at quarterback as Howe's down 33-0.
And the pistol there gets it to Matt Hayes, and they bumped into each other, and
brings it 4th and long.
There was some confusion already in the backfield on that handoff.
So that drive started at the 42, went back to the 38, then the 34, and now the 31. Just back. And now it's punt time for Cooper Jones.
I wonder if they've taken Haley out, just, the quarter's almost over, and just kind of keep him from getting killed back there.
At some point, goodness, he's just taking a beating.
Yeah, give him an extra minute and 8 here.
Is that another timeout?
I think so. Who's it?
Hal's taking another timeout. Let's keep it right here, Carson. Our engineer, Carson Grogan. And now this is not a good sign. Haley is walking to the locker room. He's got Ricky Ake right beside him. That's never a good. It's never a good sign. But Haley's not walking strange or doesn't look like anything's terribly wrong with him. But last year he got the big pop, and he was a little wobbly against S&S.
Yeah.
And had the concussion. Just and I'm obviously not saying that could be the case tonight because you just don't know. And you don't want to speculate anything, but he is going to the locker room right now.
Yeah. At this time, like I said, it's probably just best just to let him have an extra break and an extra rest. I mean, you're down 33-0, 4th and 22, a minute 8 left of the first half. Let Lopez go in there and finish out the half.
So Elo will now go from quarterback to deep snapper as it's 4th down and 22. And Cooper Jones will try to quick kick this one out of here, I think. Just get rid of it and get it out of here. Get it off the ground, too. Here's a snap. Jones's kick. It's a high, backwards end-over-end kick. It's going to bounce and take that backwards bounce. You could tell by the way it was kicked that it was going to come backwards because he toe punched it a little bit, almost like a kickoff, and it bounced back into Howe territory at the 46-yard line.
Blizzard passed me a note. The Bulldogs have 11 total yards here in the first half. 11 total yards.
Yikes. And they looked so good early on.
They really did. They had a good drive there.
And it's been a lot of these last few drives that's just been backwards. That's taken some of that off and negated some of those yards they had in the first quarter. So here comes Bells with 1:01 left to go in the second quarter, rather. And here's a handoff to Bo Baker right up the middle. He's got some room. He bounces out left side. Look out, go. He's at the 10. He's at the 5. Kiss him goodbye. Bo Baker scores, and the Bells Panthers are doing whatever they want to tonight. Scoring at will, running at will. And they're on the scoreboard again, making it 39-0 with 53 seconds remaining.
Got him in that SWAT, kind of maybe a trap play there, right there, right behind the right guard, and was off to the races there. Nobody was even touched him as he went through the hole and into the second level.
You know, it's kind of comical. Now, a new kicker into the game for Bells. And he will kick it very high.
Keaton High.
That is not Keaton High.
That's Kohler High.
It's Kohler High. And he kicked it high. 40-0, Bells in the lead. 53 seconds left to go in the second. We'll be right back right after this.
If you've ever been in an automobile accident, who do you trust for your needed repairs? Star Auto Body is Texoma's most trusted body shop, serving all of Grayson County and surrounding counties since 1992. Star Auto Body is locally owned and operated. Services include major collision repairs with or without insurance claims, minor cosmetic repairs, parts replacement, and refinishing. Choose Star Auto Body and Alignments in Howe, Texas, 903-532-5365. Star Auto Body of Howe, Texas.
Welcome back. Okay, so your hit exterior scoring drive recap is one play, 46 yards. It took 8 seconds off the clock. Get this. So here's Bell's possessions and scoring drives. Their first one, 5 plays, 81, 2:14 off the clock. They're known for keeping the ball for 7 or 8 minutes at a time, right?
Yep.
2:14 on their first one. On the next one, it was 2:43, and it's gone down ever since. 1:59. 21 seconds and 8 seconds.
That's what spread teams do right there. Score fast.
Wow. So here is Kohler High to kick this one away. Not sure what happened to Keaton High, but Kohler's going to bang this one away on the Tech Wave kickoff. It's high. It's a short kick. Running up for it is Jordan Jones, who makes the catch, and he goes to the left hash, and a flag is down, and a little scuffle is going.
Wrapped up by number 19,
Clay Barnett.
Ben Burleson at number 7.
And apparently,
flags.
well, I don't have a number on the roster for the Bells player, but Clay Barnett was getting in it pretty good with this young man. It's 40-0. You could tell some tempers may be flaring a little bit. Meanwhile, Jordan Jones cleared the 35-yard line to the 37, but we'll have to check the flag here.
I wonder if it's in kind of a personal foul on either Howe.
I think you probably have offsetting there.
That's
I
what I'm
don't
about to
know
say,
that one was more than the other, but I didn't see the whole thing.
Against the Panthers.
I saw him.
One against Bells, and maybe that's the only one. And I guess it is.
Well,
so maybe Clay Barnett had a reason to be a little upset there, huh?
Well, Bulldogs take whatever they can get, 15 yards, wherever, but 46 seconds, they may just take a knee and get out of here.
They'll move it across mid-stripe over into Bell's territory, so Howe will start at the 47-yard line. There's 46 seconds remaining here before the Legend Bank halftime show. And Elo goes in at quarterback again. Pistol formation. Barks, and he's going to hand off to Carson Daniels, who's hit immediately by Cooper Smith and driven backwards. It's going to be a loss on the play of about 3 or 4 yards, and maybe 5 on the play. Loss of 5.
I mean, I don't even know how to diagnose. I mean, it's every time the Bulldogs are getting the ball. I mean, there is a linebacker, defensive lineman shedding his block or shooting through a gap, and they're right there living in the backfield of the Bulldogs.
Yeah, the story may not be as much the slot T as it is the Bells Panther defense tonight.
And we talked about that. That offense can score. It's with the defense can step up with the offense.
13 on the play clock, and Lopez is going to hand off to the left side, and driven backwards is Matt Hayes. You got to be careful. That's how legs get snapped.
Matthew Hayes. Tackle by number 50, Cole.
He goes backwards, and Howe has done nothing but go backwards and backwards and backwards and backwards for the past several series right here. And that was not pretty.
Well,
40-0, and we're at the half.
Last week it was a lot of penalties that killed the Bulldogs. Tonight it's just been execution. They just have not been able to get anything going, even remote. I mean, they had a first drive or two that had some positive yards, but after that, like you said, it's been loss of 2, loss of 3, loss of 4, loss of 2, punt.
So we're going to take a timeout. We're at the Legend Bank halftime show. We're going to take a timeout. We've got interviews with Sierra Copeland. We've got an interview with Coach Mike Zagleski, who's now the intermediate school principal. So we'll take this time, and we'll come back in, I don't know, it's about maybe 13 minutes. We'll see you on the backside. Justin, Bucksnort Barbecue in downtown Van Alstyne is closing in on an all-time record. They have given away 37 free birthday buffets so far this month.
That's where all you have to do is show your proof of age and get a free Bucksnort Barbecue buffet for your birthday. They even include the drink.
Well, from this angle, they'll keep that offer 5 days before or 5 days after your actual birthday.
It's birthday time in Texas.
Oh, geez. Stop saying everything's in Texas.
Well, Bucksnort Barbecue is in downtown Van Alstyne, Texas.
This is Coach Davey Dubose, former Bulldogs head coach and athletic director. Jody and I still love the Dogs and ask that you show your support by joining the Howe Athletic Booster Club. Their mission is the same as it was in the 90s. They support all Howe athletics, girls and boys, middle school and high school. Good luck to all the Howe teams in the coming school year.
This is Coach Jay. It's only $25 to become a member. From the alumni to the current fans and parents, we ask you to back the Dogs and become a member today. Visit Howe Athletic Booster Club on Facebook. Bulldog pride never dies.
Hello, Bulldog fans. This is Juan Enciso, your local farmers insurance agent here in Howe. We're here to assist you with your insurance needs, including auto, home, life, business needs, and more. We're vested in the community because we are the only insurance agent in Howe. Our office is at 403 West Hanning Street, or we can be reached by calling 972-382-6121. We're also on the web at farmersagent.com/JEnciso. I have the knowledge and experience to help you better understand your insurance coverage options. Call me, Juan Enciso, at 972-382-6121.
Are you motivated?
Coach, we're highly motivated for Sonic.
What?
Coach, you know we're rough and tough, but sometimes we just need a burger, tots, and a shake.
Oh my goodness. Well, if you're going to Sonic and Howe, pick me up some of those handmade onion rings.
Yes, sir. Sonic of Howe is where you get great food and big smiles.
It's not just good.
It's Sonic good.
Whoa, those onion rings really bring the hammer down.
You're listening to the Legend Bank Halftime Show. Today's Senior Student Athlete of the Week is brought to you by family attorney Kimberly Killebrew. Now let's join Monty Walker with the Senior Student Athlete of the Week.
All right, this week we're visiting with Sierra Copeland, who is a volleyball star and basketball. Let's talk about that. The Twin Towers are down to one. Allie Harvey's graduated now, and you're on your own in that department. Are you already missing that?
Of course, I miss her. She was one of my bestest friends, and of course we played volleyball, basketball, and we did track together. So I do miss her, but we have stayed in touch, and she's gone in Colorado doing her own thing. And, you know, there's just going to be new people that are going to come in and replace her. And so, yeah, of course I miss her, but we stay in touch, so it's all good.
All right, so officially, how tall are you?
So I went to the doctor about a week ago for my checkup, and they said without shoes, I'm 6 foot and 3/4 an inch. But with shoes, I'm more like 6'2", so.
There you go. Well, the good thing is you wear shoes playing basketball,
Yes.
right? So basketball was amazing last year. What made that team so special?
I just think our relationship and chemistry, because we've been playing with I played with those same people since elementary and growing up, and we were all best friends with each other, and we had team dinners and sleepovers, and, you know, I loved all of them. So I think that translated onto the court into something special.
Is there a moment that's going to stick out with you about last season's basketball season?
I definitely think beating defending state champs Chapel Hill, and just all the fans showed out, and the community was so good to us, and it was just one of the best feelings of my life. I'll never forget it.
Jenna is gone, Allie is gone, Cassidy is gone, Molly is gone. How do you replace those girls?
Well, I wouldn't say we replaced them totally, but you know, there's new faces coming in. There's people that were freshmen last year, and they've gotten a whole lot better. And, you know, we just it's a young team for volleyball, but we're definitely, each game we're getting better, and the chemistry is building. So I think we'll be a lot better by the end of the season.
Summer basketball, talk about that.
So I play with a team called Lone Star Magic. It's based in Dallas. Coach Marty McLendon, and it was great. We thought in the beginning that we weren't going to play because of COVID, obviously, but the organization made it happen, and I played about 7 tournaments, and I love my team, love my coaches, and I think I improved a lot since the beginning of summer, so I'm pretty excited about that.
Volleyball, new coach. How's Coach Lopez?
Yeah, I love her. I really wanted a coach that, she can talk to us and I can talk to her. And we definitely have that open relationship. And even though she's new, she's been getting input from all the players and translating that. She's really done a lot of what we've asked, but she asked us at the beginning of season what she could do as a coach that maybe we didn't do last season. And so we're watching film, and she's honest with us. So if we do something bad, she's going to tell us, but she's going to help us. And so, yeah, I really like Coach E.
So what is the main difference between this year and last year as far as volleyball is concerned?
Well, we have a lot of new players coming in on this year's team. We only have 4 with varsity experience. And so, like I said, every game we're kind of, building the chemistry, the bond. We're trusting each other more every game. So, just in practice, we go super hard. And from different than last season, of course, we lost 5 seniors. But that's what happens. You got to keep the process going.
What are some other things you're involved with at Howe High School?
So I do volleyball, I do basketball, I'm in student council, I'm in National Honor Society, and I also do field events and track.
Senior year, what are some things that you're going to want to accomplish this year?
Well, I'm just glad as of now we have a senior year, and so I'm trying to make the most out of it. I want to keep up my grades along with getting some accomplishments in volleyball and basketball. And yeah, I'm just looking to have a time that is unforgettable because, high school is a once in a lifetime thing. And so, I want to try to be as positive as I can be in my high school career with satisfaction.
That is Sierra Copeland, one of Howe High School's greatest athletes. The Athlete of the Week is brought to you by attorney Kimberly Killebrew. If you have legal needs regarding custody, child support, or divorce, call attorney Kimberly Killebrew at 214-432-1595.
Today's Senior Student Athlete of the Week is brought to you by family attorney Kimberly Killebrew. You're listening to the Legend Bank Halftime Show.
If you've ever been in an automobile accident, who do you trust for your needed repairs? Star Auto Body is Texoma's most trusted body shop, serving all of Grayson County and surrounding counties since 1992. Star Auto Body is locally owned and operated. Services include major collision repairs with or without insurance claims, minor cosmetic repairs, parts replacement, and refinishing. Choose Star Auto Body and Alignments in Howe, Texas, 903-532-5365. Star Auto Body of Howe, Texas.
This is Michelle Castle with Guild Mortgage, welcoming you to Howe Bulldogs football. Guild has been delivering on the promise of home to hundreds of thousands of people just like you for over 60 years. With a big heart and a desire to serve, we're committed to making life better in our communities. This is where we live, and we're committed to building it with you.
Guild Mortgage is an equal housing lender company, NMLS 3274. Michelle Castle, NMLS number 231122. Branch address 714 North Travis Street, Sherman, Texas 75090. All loans subject to underwriting approval. Terms and conditions apply. Subject to change without notice.
Buying and or selling your next home should be an enjoyable experience. At Ann's Realty Group, our commitment to the personal relationship of the transaction ensures not only the level of communication that you deserve, but also the assurance that we will be here the next time you need us. We're not a big box real estate company by design. The flexibility that the freedom of being an independent brokerage allows us to be fully at your service as you need us to be. Ann's Realty Group, Ann Dick and Broker for all your real estate needs. 903-818-2676.
Since 2011, Scoggins Funeral Home and Crematory has walked with hundreds of families through the most overwhelming time of their lives. Their job is simple: to make this season a little easier. What you can expect is a no-pressure, people-first philosophy, custom services for memorials that you'll remember forever, and reasonable pricing. Tommy and Bobby K. Scoggins have built a reputation over the past 30 years in the funeral business for making every family feel at home. Visit ScogginsFuneralHome.com or call 903-482-5225.
You're listening to the Legend Bank Halftime Show. Today's Howe ISD Employee Spotlight is brought to you by Wildcat Welding. Now let's join Caroline Slauson with today's Howe ISD Employee Spotlight.
I am here with our Howe ISD Employee Spotlight for week 2. Howe, and it took me a minute, Howe Intermediate Principal Mike Sigleski. How are you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
Well, it took me a minute because congrats on your new job.
Thank you.
I worked with you last year at the middle school, but now we miss you over there.
Yeah, thank you. Middle school is a great place. I always working with everybody there. It's just a great atmosphere. It was always family. Everybody helped each other and everything. So there'll always be things I'll miss about the middle school. It was a great time in my life for sure.
Well, the good news is we're just a couple steps away.
Yeah, so that helps. I still see everybody, right?
Yeah. I guess the first question is what a year to, because this is your first principal job ever.
Yes.
What a year to jump into it, but how is this job going so far?
Yeah, like you said, it was a different year. So I think, man, was I crazy for doing this? But it's going well. You know, we spent a lot of time with the different procedures and protocols and things like that, working it out, trying to go through what if scenarios of this or that, you know, just planning that. And we're now finally getting into it with the kids and seeing things we had to adjust and all. And they're getting in routine, getting it figured out, and we are too. So things are going well right now.
Good. Well, I mentioned earlier that we missed you up at the middle school, but I know there's going to be a ton of people tonight who miss you on the sideline. Do you miss coaching? I mean, kind of give and take.
Yes, I'll always miss coaching. You know, it was just a great part of my life, and I'm a coach's kid, and so I grew up in it and spent, I guess, the first 47 years of my life coaching. So between my dad and myself, so it's been hard, you know, part of it, driving by, seeing the guys, the camaraderie with the kids I really miss, because I've always, I don't know, 25 years that I coached, had that connection with kids and everything. So that's something that's hard. I'll see them somewhere and they'll give me a big hug, tell me they miss me and everything, which makes it that hard. That part's tough to do. I always miss the excitement of Friday nights. You know, it's just something. That's gonna be hard, tough to get to. I see myself, you know, when I retire one day, trying to go into a private school and just being a stop and only coach or something, and get to experience that again.
So you really think you'll go back to it again?
Yes, I'll do that at some point, yeah, for sure.
Well, there we go. There is hope. So, just one question about when you think back, you know, 10 years down the road, and you think back to 2020, your first year as a principal, what do you want to remember? What do you want teachers this year to remember about your first year as a principal?
That we're building culture, you know, and I try to talk to them about that. You know, growing up in coaching, I'm going to say it that way. I was able to work for Jay Moore, who won all the state titles at Salina, and that was the thing. It wasn't about our X's and O's. We were very simple in what we did. It was the culture that he built. So, you know, I've tried to carry that over being a principal, and I tell them all the time I still have the coaching mindset, and, you know, I'm looking to build culture. So I hope they get that out of it, you know, what our slogan is, and, you know, just the culture we're trying to build, that, you know, we're working together as a team to get through this and help each other out.
Well, they're lucky to have you. So we'll do rapid fire fun questions. Okay. I'll just ask you this or that, and you just pick the first one that comes to mind. Ice cream cone or snow cone?
Oh, snow cone.
Okay. All right. Cat or dog?
Dog.
Okay. Would you rather do laundry or do dishes?
Laundry.
Me too. Would you, on a road trip, would you rather be the passenger or the driver?
Driver.
Okay. Like on a long one, or even
yes,
just
anyway, short, long,
you're
whatever.
Driving. Okay. Would you rather play a card game or a board game?
Neither. I do not like to play any type of games.
You're like, I've had enough of games.
I do not do games.
Wow. Okay. And you are a big UT fan. Colt McCoy or Vince Young?
Always Vince Young.
Really? I thought you would say Colt McCoy.
Vince Young's the state title, not national title winner, so that always Vince Young. Colt McCoy, I will say this: if he doesn't get hurt, we win a second national title. So that would have been a lot tougher.
I just knew you would say Colt McCoy. All right. Hey, thanks, Coach Gillespie. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
Today's Howe ISD Employee Spotlight is brought to you by Wildcat Welding. You're listening to the Legend Bank Halftime Show.
Cooler heads prevail in football, and for over 50 years, Baker Air Conditioning and Heating have been keeping the Bulldogs cooled off. Not too many have reached 50 years in Howe, but Baker Air Conditioning and Heating have been at 215 North Denny Street since Richard Nixon was president. But there's nothing tricky about Baker Air Conditioning and Heating. They have a great reputation by servicing all brands. If the heat gets to you, call them at 903-532-6255.
Corfit Gym on Haining Street in Howe has a lot of new things to offer. Did you know they have an Iron Mike batting cage for baseball and softball lessons with on-site instructors? They also have a brand new stand-up tanning bed. Corfit Gym has 4 personal trainers available and features sports performance programs for athletes. At Corfit Gym, memberships are only $40 for the entire family or $30 per individual. Corfit Gym is on Facebook and located at 300 Haining Street in Howe. Call them at 469-371-0603.
Who, why, and how? Who are we? We're Pradera Mobile Home Community. Why live in Pradera? Because of Howe, Texas, that is. Howe is a small community with an outstanding school district and close proximity to all amenities you need. Pradera Mobile Home Community is tucked away between Highway 75 and Highway 5 near Bulldog Stadium. Our residents love that our community is so clean. They also love their 2 parks and their swimming pool. Pradera Mobile Home Community, 903-532-0014.
Get to B-Dubs on Thursdays for buy one, get one free boneless wings. Or as we like to say, 100% more wings. That's right. When you buy boneless wings on Thursdays, you get the same amount of wings for $0.00. Basically, the second order is 100% off. So get here for buy one, get one free boneless wings on Boneless Thursdays. Buffalo Wild Wings. Roar! Buy one, get one of equal value free. Dine in at participating locations. Takeout is limited and may vary by location. Size exclusions may apply while supplies last. Limit 1 offer per customer. Not valid with any other coupon.
You're listening to the Legend Bank Halftime Show.
Hey guys, welcome back to Panthers Stadium in Bells. In halftime, 12 minutes left in halftime, 40-0 the score here. Bells on top of the Bulldogs. We're going to bring in Blake the Blizzard Burnett for this half's stats. Blake?
Well, we have the Bells Panthers with the lead 40-0 at the halftime. We'll start with their rushing stats as they're a run-heavy team. Grady Waldrop has 8 carries, 32 yards, and a touchdown. Brock Baker has 7 carries and 80 yards and a touchdown. Bo Baker has 4 carries and 74 yards and 2 touchdowns. And quarterback Blake Rowland adds a 1 yard on a quarterback sneak and a touchdown. Blake Rowland passing is 1 of 2 for 49 yards and a touchdown. That pass was to Tanner Carter, who also has 49 yards and a touchdown. Blake Rowland has thrown an interception tonight as well. On defense for the Howe Bulldogs, they are led by Luke Jackson with 4 tackles and Carson Daniels with 4, Jordan Jones with 4, Braden Wise with 3, Matt Hayes with 1, and Jackson Atkins with 1, Ethan Lopez with 1, and Austin Haley with 1. The Bulldogs rushing, Carson Daniels has 4 carries for 7 yards. Matt Hayes has 8 carries for -4. Austin Haley has 11 carries for -1. And Ethan Lopez has 1 carry for 4 yards. On defense for Bells, Cooper Smith leads the way with 8 tackles, 3 sacks, and 3 tackles for a loss. Drake Stevens adds 5 tackles and a sack. Cole Moore, 3 tackles. Aiden Brown, 3 tackles. Landon Morse, 3 tackles. And Bo Baker, 3 tackles. And that's how we got the first half tonight, ladies and gentlemen.
That's it. All right. So looking at some scores around the area from our district and then some scores you may be interested in. Van Alstyne and Bonham tonight. With just 50 seconds left in the first half, 51-8. Van Alstyne on top of the Warriors in that one. Reigns in Edgewood, playing in Edgewood tonight. Reigns on the road, 31-21. Almost half, just a minute 24 left in the second quarter, 31-21. Reigns beating the Bulldogs in that game. SNS in Callisburg. SNS on the road in Callisburg tonight. We were there last week. 7-0. SNS on top of Callisburg in that one. So a good game going on that I know a lot of people are interested in. Gunner on the road tonight in Pottsboro. 20-7. It is the start of the half. Pottsboro winning against Gunner right now, 20-7. Honeygrove on the road in Whitewright tonight at halftime, 24-8. Whitewright on top of Honeygrove. Leonard and Commerce playing tonight. That game I'm seeing on my system is postponed. I'm not sure what's going on there, but that's what I got. Prairieland and Tom Bean tonight, 21-0. 6 minutes, 6 seconds left in the second quarter. Prairieland on top of Tom Bean in that one. 40-0 here at Bell's Stadium, Panthers Stadium. Bell's winning against Howe. We'll be back with some more highlights from this first half right after this message.
This is Michelle Castle with Guild Mortgage, welcoming you to Howe Bulldogs football. Guild has been delivering on the promise of home to hundreds of thousands of people just like you for over 60 years. With a big heart and a desire to serve, we're committed to making life better in our communities. This is where we live, and we're committed to building it with you.
Guild Mortgage is an equal housing lender company. NMLS 3274. Michelle Castle. NMLS number 231122. Branch address 714 North Travis Street, Sherman, Texas 75090. All loans subject to underwriting approval. Terms and conditions apply. Subject to change without notice.
Buying and or selling your next home should be an enjoyable experience. At Ann's Realty Group, our commitment to the personal relationship of the transaction ensures not only the level of communication that you deserve, but also the assurance that we will be here the next time you need us. We're not a big box real estate company by design. The flexibility that the freedom of being an independent brokerage allows us to be fully at your service as you need us to be. Ann's Realty Group, Ann Deacon Broker, for all your real estate needs. 903-818-2676.
Since 2011, Scoggins Funeral Home and Crematory has walked with hundreds of families through the most overwhelming time of their lives. Their job is simple: to make this season a little easier. What you can expect is a no-pressure, people-first philosophy, custom services for memorials that you'll remember forever, and reasonable pricing. Tommy and Bobby K. Scoggins have built a reputation over the past 30 years in the funeral business for making every family feel at home.
Skunk?
Visit ScogginsFuneralHome.com or call 903-482-5225.
You're listening to the Legend Bank Halftime Show.
All right, welcome back. We are at the Legend Bank Halftime Show, and we've got some we got a recap and some highlights to go through. I don't know if they're really highlights or lowlights that we're going to go through here. But Howe started off the football game with the ball first as Bells deferred. Give me some crowd noise a little bit there. Got to have something that sounds like we're in a box. There you go. So it goes in the non-red one. Okay, so here we go. Howe started the football game at their own 28-yard line. Cooper Jones had to punt for the very first time to start the game. They went 4 and out. Gave it to Bells at the 10-11 mark in the first. Bells went 5 plays and 62 yards and capped it off on this 48-yard touchdown pass. Yes, I said 48-yard touchdown pass from Roland to Carter.
And he's going to roll out on the throw deep down the left side, all alone. There he is, making the catch at the 20.
Also, I forgot to mention
is the wide receiver Tanner Carter, 6'3", 180 pounds.
Okay, so we are going to need to work on some kind of audio right there. Maybe the tape button is, I'm not sure. We'll have to figure out that tape button. I think there's a tape button that needs to go down.
Also, the cheerleader of the week is Amy Bora.
So we'll try that. Okay, so here we go. That was a 48-yard touchdown from Roland to Carter. 5 plays, 62 yards. If nothing else, we can turn the volume up on that player there. And that made it 6-0, 8:38 left to go in the first quarter. Howe got the ball at the 8:35 mark at their own 25-yard line. Kept it for a long time. 13 plays, in fact, but they turned it over on downs to Bells with the 3:13 mark at their own 19-yard line. And they took 5 plays, 81 yards, and made it 13-0 on this Brock Baker touchdown.
This is out left side. Baker looking for the edge, and he's in. Touchdown Bells for the second time tonight.
And that was a touchdown by Baker. And then Howe took the ball and had to punt after 4 plays. Bells got it back at the beginning of the second quarter. And on the very first play, Matthew Hayes made an interception.
We flip sides of the field. Another pass attempt right here in the middle. That's going to be picked off by Matt Hayes at the 40-yard line. There's your turnover, Justin White. Let's check down with Caroline Slauson.
Yeah, that's your turnover by Matthew Hayes on the interception. Howe took the ball but had to punt again. Cooper Jones for the 3rd time. Bells took it with the 9:40 mark They went 6 plays, 48 yards, took 2 minutes and 43 seconds off the clock, and scored on this 15-yard touchdown by Bo Baker.
Over Howe here in the second. Rowland sends a man in motion, and that's going to be Bo Baker getting the toss, getting a good block number 2 from the other Baker, who sends him apparently into the end zone for a touchdown.
And he did score.
19-0.
And they made it 20-0 with 6:57 left to go in the second quarter. Howe got the ball back, but had to punt once again. Cooper Jones' 4th punt of the game ended up in Cooper Smith's hands, and he returned it all the way down to the 10-yard line. And that's when Waldrop scored for the first time tonight on a 1-yard touchdown.
Handoff, right side. That's Waldrop again. This time he's in. Touchdown there. They extend their lead 26-0. Number 44.
3 plays, 10 yards for that drive, 1:59 off the clock, and Bells went up 26-0 with 4:43 remaining in the second. And then Haley, on the very first play, suffered a fumble.
Ball gets away, a scramble for it. Bell says they have it, and they're inside the red zone again.
They took it at the 19-yard line, and 1 play later, it was Rowland for the touchdown.
Rowland's going to try to sneak it in, and he does. Keeper Blake Rowland in touchdown. Bells.
Actually, 2 plays, 19 yards, took 21 seconds off the clock. They extend their lead 33-0 with 3:07 left to go in the second quarter. Howe took the ball and punted again. But wait, there's more. 1:01 left to go on the clock, and Bells takes it at the Howe 46-yard line. 1 play later.
Baker right up the middle. He's got some room. He bounces out left side. Look out, go. He's at the 10. He's at the 5. Kiss him goodbye. Bo Baker scores, and the Bells Panthers are doing whatever they want to tonight.
46 yards on the touchdown by Bo Baker, and it was Kohler high on the extra point for the first time. And it was a 1-play, 46-yard drive. Took 8 seconds off the clock, and that gave us our current score, 40-0. And we are coming out of the half. We're just about ready. We're going to take another very quick timeout. We'll be right back right after this.
And tough, but sometimes we just need a burger, tots, and a shake.
Oh my goodness. Well, if you're going to Sonic and Howe, pick me up some of those handmade onion rings.
Yes, sir! Sonic of Howe is where you get great food and big smiles.
It's not just good.
It's Sonic good.
Whoa, those onion rings really bring the hammer down.
Cooler heads prevail in football, and for over 50 years, Baker Air Conditioning and Heating have been keeping the Bulldogs cooled off. Not too many have reached 50 years in Howe, but Baker Air Conditioning and Heating have been at 215 North Denny Street since Richard Nixon was president. But there's nothing tricky about Baker Air Conditioning and Heating. They have a great reputation by servicing all brands. If the heat gets to you, call them at 903-532-6255. You're listening to Howe Bulldogs football on HoweEnterprise.com. Not a member of FDIC. Not an equal housing lender. Fake license number 8675309. Howe, Portland, Seattle. Is it top of the hour? What time is it? Hey, we're going to have a report in the third quarter from our Night Furniture sideline reporter about the nachos over here. We'll see how that worked out. You know, last year we had she's kind of our nacho guru, so we'll see what they're like over here. Now the teams are back out on the field. I have to turn the crowd mic up maybe a little bit higher because people are still not back in their seats. Is this a sit-down second half, Justin White?
It may be, I tell you. I mean, this is kind of one of those halves you kind of hope that just goes fast and nobody gets hurt.
Okay, so the first thing we want to look at, is there an Austin Haley in street clothes or is an Austin Haley? Yikes.
Jordan Jones kicking for Austin Haley with no pads on.
Shorts and a jersey without shoulder pads. So he's going over there and talking to his dad to see what's going on. But there will be no more Austin Haley tonight. Here's a Tech Wave kickoff, going to be squibbed up the middle, and look out. This could be a long return, taking it across the 50-yard line into Howe territory, and Bells will start on the Howe side of the field at the 48-yard line to begin the second half. And we talked about this in the open. On the coin toss, games can be determined there. You can figure out what kind of coach thinks his team is by the coin toss. If they're so confident in their defense that they're going to defer, well, you can tell, hey, I like my defense's chances here to shut down. And so far, hey, they've put a big old goose egg on the board against Howe. So here they take the ball 1st and 10 to start the second half.
They've ran pretty much a perfect game tonight for Bills.
Ball at the 48, and this is going to be a handoff to the right side. And we don't have starters into the game for Bells anymore. So
quarterback.
Nelson gets the carry on 1st down, and he's going to gain about 4 yards to the 45-yard line, maybe 3 yards.
Yeah, Cooper Smith's at quarterback, number 36, running the quarterback.
Well, he played a lot of quarterback growing up, and he was a throwing quarterback. As a matter of fact, I don't know how enthused they were to hear Dale West was coming over here. I was planning on airing it out a little bit, but
well, he's had a heck of a game on the defensive side of the ball too. He's been one of those guys who's been in the backfield, causing havoc back there for Austin Haley.
Number 9 would be Gabe Gibson.
So here we are. It's 3rd down and 7.
Cooper Smith.
And the ball spotted at the 46-yard line, a loss of 1 on the play. 3rd down and 8, rather. 10:49 just underway here in the second half. Thanks for everyone who listened to the Legend Bank halftime show. We had great interviews with Mike Zagleski and had Sierra Copeland we visited with. Here is Smith going to hand off on the far side, another big hole around the right, and that's the 8-hole reverse. The magic 4th down play to Lane Kendrick. That was one we saw many times. To Cooper Akins ran that so well. Brent Masters ran that so well. Brandon Wall even ran the 8-hole reverse there one year to mastery, if you will. But it's 4th down here as Howe stops them just short. But this is a situation where Bells likes to go for it, especially with the backup unit in. And Smith is going to go 8-hole reverse again, but this time the ball's on the turf. And Howe's going to take over at their own 45-yard line. They were not, I don't think they were able to recover the fumble, but it is a turnover on downs.
Got the stop there. Bulldogs able to penetrate the defense or that offensive line pretty quickly there and force the fumble. But like I said, Bill's got it back, but they turn over on down. So there's something positive there. It's the second unit you're playing against, but still positive for the Bulldog defense.
So how we doing, Carson Grogan? Everything going okay? Our broadcast stream, everything all right? Anybody got any issues? All right.
Everybody here's us okay.
I guess we're all right. 9:57 on the clock. Moving left to right is Howe with their first possession as Elo into the game at quarterback, and he's going to lose 3 or 4 yards. They faked the handoff to Carson Daniels over right guard, and Ethan Lopez kept it and ducked, and he was hit immediately.
There's Lopez, there's Cooper Jones back there, and Carson Daniels, and there was confusion, or it didn't look right, it didn't look fluid there from the get-go. And the result was a loss of 5 on the play.
9:33 and rolling here in the second.
Play brings up 2nd down and 14 for the Bulldogs.
Let's see how our battery's doing down there. We all right? Here is Ethan Lopez. Turns around, hands off Carson Daniels, and he struggles as he had a defender around his ankle and drug him down. Had not been for the it's not a shoestring tackle, it's a foot grab, but Daniels had a rather large hole right there.
Carried by number 20,
had a pretty good hole, but Tucker Aaron, the nose guard, able to come in there and
2 yards on the play,
take his
3rd and 12 for the Bulldogs.
Get a shoestring tackle there and drop back for a minimal gain. So 3rd and long. Let's see what this brings.
8:46 and rolling.
Lopez in the pistol. He's going to turn and toss. Left side, Matthew Hayes, a few yards, maybe up to back to the original line of scrimmage at the 45-yard line, meaning it'll be 4th down and about 9. As they do actually gain a few yards, it'll be 4th down and 9 for Howe, 8:28 on the clock. And Cooper Jones apparently
brings that 4th down and 9
is going to punt again.
Like I said, at this point in the game, you're trying to get your second unit in there to get a few reps. Again, just try to get out of here without any injuries.
Back deep for the Panthers, number 7, Caden Powell.
And Jones's punt is a low end-over-end kick. It hits at the 20 and rolls towards the end zone, and it is going to go barely into the end zone for a touchback. The ball stopped about maybe 2 feet into the end zone. So, with that, our Night Furniture sideline reporter, Caroline Slauson. It's nacho review time in Texas.
Yeah, the nachos here are about like this game. No bueno.
Oh, no.
Oh, man.
The chips are too stale. Chips are too stale.
Oh. Well, you are quite the nacho snob.
I really am.
Yeah.
I mean, nothing. I mean, concession stand nachos. Very snobbish.
Well, you know, the cheese in some of these concession stands is not real good to begin with anyway.
Let's just end it right there.
Okay, the cheese is okay. All right. So here's Cooper Smith handing off. Nowhere to go behind the line of scrimmage, and brought down for a loss is Jaden Nelson. And it appears like it might have been
tackle made by number 51.
I thought for a moment it was Jackson Atkins on the stop, but apparently Braden Wise on there. So that'll move the ball back a few yards, maybe a loss of 2 to the 18.
2nd down and 12 for the Panthers.
Hand off there to the fullback, and yeah, good job by Wise coming up from the linebacker position. Able to drop it back for a loss.
So here comes Bells again.
Hey, a turnover.
And Howe's going to come up with the football on a turnover. How about that? Second turnover of the night with 7:12 left to go in the second. And Howe's got to capitalize on this and get on the scoreboard.
Ball goes over to the Bulldogs.
What a smooth handoff there from Smith to the running back. And dropped right there on the carpet. Good job by the Bulldogs to pick that up. So just for morale purposes, it'd be great to get a score here. Get a crack that goose egg.
So Howe's going to have the ball with 7:12 on the clock here in the second. At the Bells, looks like it's at the 17-yard line. Is that right? Knocking on the door right here. Got to get 17 yards. Do something positive. Here's a handoff to Matthew Hayes, and he runs up the middle. Spins out of the tackle. He was hit hard up the middle, but he spun out of it on his way for a couple to about the 13-yard line-ish.
Good job by Hayes there. He was able to sidestep a defender in the backfield and kind of spin his way for a couple extra yards. Good run there by Hayes.
6:50 on the clock, and it's rolling. Still a good crowd on both sides.
It's homecoming night here for Bells, so they got a good crowd.
Next week is homecoming for Howe. So everybody get your ticket early in the week. Come on out. Ethan Lopez going to carry it over the left side. Nowhere to go. There's no blocking whatsoever. And he's driven back by, it looks like 8 maroon jerseys over there.
Yeah, that was a quarterback design run on that, and that left side, they stonewalled him right from the get-go. And he had no chance of positive yardage.
A loss of 3 back to the 16. No kicker tonight. K9 is in COVID jail.
3rd down and 10 for the Bulldogs.
And that being actually,
what's wrong?
Well, I was looking over here at the, well, here we go. All right. Lopez, pistol, and wanting to roll out right, looking to throw, has Cooper Jones caught at the 10, and he is drugged down right at the 10, and a late hit, and a flag is down. It's going to be a late hit on Bells as Lane Kendrick came in as Jones was already down on the sideline and just planted him head first. And that will give Howe a 1st and goal situation.
Foul, late hit by the Panthers.
Play action bootleg there. Lopez just kind of dunked it in there to Cooper Jones, the freshman. Expect a lot of big things
First
out
and
of
goal for
Jones
the
this year.
Bulldogs at the Panthers
First
5-yard
completion of
line.
the night for the Bulldogs there as well.
Wow, first completion of the night for the Bulldogs.
Wow.
The 15-yard penalty will take it half the distance to the goal, which is at the 6-yard line. 5:35 on the clock here in the second. A bunched formation, and a snap is going to go to Lopez, and a handoff to Hayes, who had the corner but slipped down at the 5-yard line. So perhaps a gain of 1, but Hayes had looked like some clear running, at least to get maybe to the 3-2 or 1, maybe even in the end zone to just slip down.
Yeah, try to get around that corner. Did he slip? I thought maybe 24, Peyton Handel got a hold of him. Did he slip fall? Either way, he went down behind the line of scrimmage, but missed an opportunity there because I thought he was going to cut it upfield and go in the end zone.
So ball at the 5, second down, and goal from the 5. Lopez is going to try to roll out of the pocket to the left side. He cuts it up, spins out of the tackle. Is he in? It's touchdown time in Texas for Howe for the first time tonight. 4:47 left to go in the third, and Ethan Lopez, Elo scores around the left side.
I'm not sure that was the way it was drawn up. He got the snap, and he just kind of ran for his life. There was nobody blocking on that left side. He just tried to outrun the Bills defense and able to dive in for the touchdown, the first score of the night for the Bulldogs.
Yeah, for sure, a busted play. And Elo just did what he could and scrambled out of it and made a 5-yard gain into a touchdown. Nice job. No kicker tonight. Again, K9, Kevin Flores, is in COVID jail. So here's Elo on the handoff to Jordan Jones around the right side. He's trying to get in. He does. 2-point conversion for Howe. And it's 40-8.
Okay. Little jet sweep there to Jones. And Jones able to, with extra effort, able to get the 2-point conversion.
We're going to take a quick timeout. We'll be right back right after this.
CoreFit Gym on Haining Street in Howe has a lot of new things to offer. Did you know they have an Iron Mike batting cage for baseball and softball lessons with on-site instructors? They also have a brand new stand-up tanning bed. CoreFit Gym has 4 personal trainers available and features sports performance programs for athletes. At CoreFit Gym, memberships are only $40 for the entire family or $30 per individual. CoreFit Gym is on Facebook and located at 300 Haining Street in Howe. Call them at 469-371-0603.
Who, why, and how? Who are we? We're Pradera Mobile Home Community. Why live in Pradera? Because of Howe. Howe, Texas, that is. Howe is a small community with an outstanding school district and close proximity to all amenities you need. Pradera Mobile Home Community is tucked away between Highway 75 and Highway 5 near Bulldog Stadium. Our residents love that our community is so clean. They also love their 2 parks and their swimming pool. Pradera Mobile Home Community, 903-532-0014.
Welcome back. 4:47 left to go in the third. We're ready for the Tech Wave kickoff as Jordan Jones is going to boot this one away. It is a squib kick down the middle of the field. Going to bounce and take another big bounce. Scramble for the football at the 24-yard line. I think Bells was able to get back on it at the 24. It was a good bounce. It just bounced around a little bit. A squib kick, you know.
Panther football.
They did get it.
And they do recover at their own 24-yard line. So for Howe, it was a 5-play, 17-yard drive. And it was a 5-yard touchdown by Elo and a 2-point conversion by JoJo. It's Ethan Lopez, Jordan Jones. If anyone's scoring at home, and it's 40-8 now, 4:47 left to go in the third.
Well, you're able to force a turnover last drive. You got the second unit in there for Bells.
Cooper Smith still at quarterback, and he's going to hand off to the Lane Kendrick on the right side on the 8-hole reverse, and that's good for 11 yards and a first down up to the 35-yard line.
10-yard run on the play.
That 8-hole reverse is always seems to always be a positive yardage play.
Well, it's your third down trick bag play generally, but it's a first down. Another first down run here on this one.
First down maker right now.
First down. Bo Baker, the touchdown maker, out of the game now. It's Lane Kendrick and Nelson in the backfield. Cooper Smith from his own 35. He's going to hand off near side, and that's a new running back. And he's going to be gang tackled at the line of scrimmage and brought back. Nice job there by Matt Hayes and Joey Heimel to scrape over and bring the new ball carrier down. right at the line of scrimmage, or a yard loss, actually, and the ball carrier there was
down long 10 for the Panthers.
a number that we do not have.
I tell you, the Bulldogs, they are keeping some of their starters in still. They're not ready to take out their first unit just yet.
Bryce Crosby still on the edge as the edge rusher. And it's 2nd down and 11 for Bells here. Smith is going to roll around the left edge. No, he hands it off. And it's Nelson, and nothing doing there as he's brought down. And now a late flag comes in.
Number 3, Jordan Jones.
And you hope, Howe had so much momentum going right there that you hope it wasn't all washed away, because it was going to be 3rd down and long. This could turn into 1st down and 10 near midfield.
I didn't know if that was a late hit, Blake. Are you saying it's?
Blake says it's against Bells, so back it up even further. How's our battery situation down there, Mr. Blizzard? Are we okay? Okay. So the ball will be spotted now at the 20.
They've had an issue with a couple of penalties here these past couple of possessions for the Panthers.
3:09 on the clock, and it's rolling very fast. We're getting through this 3rd quarter very quickly. Here's a handoff to Lane Kendrick again. 8-hole reverse around the right edge, and good for maybe 7 or 8. Chews up some of that back. And they'll spot it at the 27-yard line.
Tell you that reverse, you get a chance to get your fast running backs there on that outside. Really get some positive yardage out of that.
So it's 4th down for Bells, and for one of the very few times you ever see Bells punt, they're going to punt right here.
Is this the first punt they've had tonight?
First punt of the night for the Bells Panthers.
Punt for the Panthers, number 8.
It'll be Blake Rowland to boot this one away. It's a wobbly end-over-end kick. Going to bounce at the 45 of Howe. Bounce straight up, and Howe's going to take it about right there, maybe at the 44. 2:12 on the clock here in the 3rd, and the clock is still rolling. Still rolling. Now it stops at 2:07.
I wonder if that's on purpose.
We got an extra 4 seconds on the clock there.
I don't know if anybody's going to complain too much about that.
2:07 is where the Bulldogs will start their possession at the 44-yard line with that 2:07. Their own 44-yard line. In a moment, we'll check down with our Night Furniture sideline reporter, perhaps after this play, and see how the boys in white are doing. Elo at quarterback with Carson Daniels behind him, man in motion, and this is going to be a quarterback keeper around the left side as Lopez will get it near midfield at the 49-yard line. A nice pickup there. About 5 yards.
Brown with the stop.
We got a player down for Bells, looks like.
Official timeout.
Or maybe
no, that's Howe.
Maybe Lopez down.
Well, who's their quarterback if Elo is out?
That's a good.
Because
I would say it's Jordan Jones.
It may have to be. It may be Cooper Jones. Well, Jordan Jones is running over there.
This may be a cramp.
Well, let's hope it's nothing very serious. This is week 2, which is always cramp week. Always. And they are tending to, I think that is Ethan Lopez. Is that not right?
I believe so.
It is Ethan.
So they're trying to work out a cramp, it appears. Let's take a quick timeout. We'll be right back right after this. At Grayson Cullen Electric Cooperative, GCEC, we have been around for over 80 years and are governed by 7 principles: open and voluntary membership, democratic member control, members' economic participation, autonomy and independence, education, training, and information, cooperation among cooperatives, and concern for community. One of our communities is Howe, Texas, and GCEC is proud to support the Howe Bulldogs. All right, the consensus, I think the Blizzard was right, like he always is. It's Jordan Jones at quarterback. And he is going to hand off to Carson Daniels up the middle. And for the first time tonight, Howe has some room to the 30. And down at the 25-yard line, Carson Daniels on the trap up the middle is able to bounce it out left and find good room. and a first down run. Hey, maybe Jordan Jones should just play quarterback.
Yeah, maybe that's the answer right there. But Lopez is back in the game. Yeah, hand off to Daniels and got a good block and good vision by him to be able to break it, find the hole and break it to the outside for the biggest run of the night for the Bulldogs.
So Jones back on the field as well, but he will, as you mentioned, Ethan Lopez back in the game at quarterback. It's 1st and 10 for Howe at the Bells 25-yard line. 1:26 remaining in the third, as Ryan Huff and Colby Taylor will switch positions, and now they both come over to the right side, and a timeout's been called as there was mass confusion on the offense, and Drew Murray just walked out and called a timeout, said, hey, let's talk about this. Let's talk about it here. 1:25 left to go in the third. We still have a quarter to go. It's 40-8, but Howe's looked a little better here in the third quarter, although Bells has a lot of new players on the field.
But you take what you can get right now, and this is a chance right now to work in Ethan Lopez because you don't know what Austin Haley's injury situation is going to be.
Let's check down with our Night Furniture sideline reporter, Caroline Slauson, who's right by the cheerleaders, so I don't know if you can hear us, but Caroline, what's going on down there?
Hey guys, so some good news. Austin Haley just doesn't feel well, so nothing too serious, just isn't feeling good.
Okay, well, good. Hopefully he's all right. You don't want to sick Austin Haley either.
No.
But that is better than a concussion or some kind of an injury, obviously. So here is Elo and company with 1:25 left to go in the third. Man in motion, a low snap. Elo wants to throw the ball down the field towards Colby Taylor at the 1-yard line. It's incomplete. It was a lob throw, and there's a flag down about where Elo went down.
Or if that'd be roughing the passer. Good job there by Carson Daniels to pick up a blitz there to give Lopez just a little bit extra time. And that is a personal foul against the Panthers.
That's going to place the ball about the 10-yard line.
And he lost that ball up there to Colby Taylor. And Taylor did a good job of kind of playing defensive back, trying to knock that ball away so they didn't intercept it.
Yeah, I was really worried when the ball went up in the air for a moment, but they're actually going to place the ball at the 12.
And Colby Taylor, who had a great first half in Callisburg last week, has been kind of quiet tonight. They haven't been able to get the ball to him.
Huff will split out wide to the right. Jordan Jones dots the I in the pistol formation with Carson Daniels behind him, and Jones is going to get the carry right side. He's quick, bounces into a fender down to the 6-yard line, and Jones could be the spark plug that Howe's looking for in that backfield.
They have not got the ball to Jones very often. Jones kind of looked like Jalen Thornton right there, kind of not threading his way through the defensive line there.
JoJo on the move to the 5-yard line. 39 seconds on the clock, 25 on the game clock. Howe's going to snap it right here. At least one play left in the third. JoJo again dots the I behind Carson Daniels. Elo, the quarterback, in the pistol. Shotgun, and this is going to be a handoff to Carson Daniels. Met at the line of scrimmage. Bounces out to the right side, has his feet cut out from under him at the 5. A nice tackle there, or he would have gone perhaps to the near corner of the end zone. It was Keaton High who just put his shoulder pads at Carson Daniels' legs.
Daniels broke one tackle and just couldn't get away from High. Yeah, he did a good job there. Almost was able to get around that corner.
5th play of the drive for the Bulldogs.
Final play of the quarter.
As that's the end of the fourth quarter.
And that brings us
Howe
to the end of
trails
the third
Bells
quarter.
40-8. We'll be right back right after this.
Bulldogs 8.
Get to B-Dubs on Thursdays for buy one, get one free boneless wings. Or as we like to say, 100% more wings. That's right. When you buy boneless wings on Thursdays, you get the same amount of wings for $0.00. Basically, the second order is 100% off. So get here for buy one, get one free boneless wings on Boneless Thursdays. Buffalo Wild Wings. Roar! Buy one, get one of equal value free. Dine in at participating locations. Takeout is limited and may vary by location. Size exclusions may apply while supplies last. Limit one offer per customer. Not valid with any other coupon.
Are you motivated?
Coach, we're highly motivated for Sonic.
What?
Coach, you know we're rough and tough, but sometimes we just need a burger, tots, and a shake.
Oh my goodness. Well, if you're going to Sonic and Howe, pick me up some of those handmade onion rings.
Yes, sir. Sonic of Howe is where you get great food and big smiles.
It's not just good.
It's Sonic good.
Whoa. Those onion rings really bring the hammer down.
Welcome back. We're into the fourth quarter now. I think somebody told me I said it was the end of the fourth quarter, but we are now into the fourth quarter. And here is Elo from the 5-yard line, and he punches it in. It's touchdown time in Texas. Howe on the board again on the first play of the fourth quarter. It's 40-14, awaiting this 2-point conversion coming up with 11:55 remaining in the game.
Good blocking up front, good blocking there by Daniel to help create a hole as well. And Lopez with the keeper in his second touchdown of the night. Maybe there's a chance.
Maybe. Your hit exterior scoring drive recap. 5 plays, 44 yards for the Bulldogs. Took 2:07 off the clock, by the way. High snap. Lopez is going to run again. Same play, right side behind the right guard, and he's in. 2-point conversion for Howe. So it's 40-16 Bulldogs. We'll take a timeout. We'll be right back right after this. Justin, Bucks North Barbecue in downtown Van Alstyne is closing in on an all-time record. They have given away 37 free birthday buffets so far this month.
That's where all you have to do is show your proof of age and get a free Bucks North Barbecue buffet for your birthday. They even include the drink.
Well, from this angle, they'll keep that offer 5 days before or 5 days after your actual birthday.
It's birthday time in Texas.
Oh, geez. Stop saying everything's in Texas.
Well, Bucks North Barbecue is in downtown Van Alstyne, Texas. Welcome back. 11:54 left to go in the game, and Ethan Lopez has just come on board to score 2 touchdowns here recently. That one, a 5-yard touchdown from the quarterback position. Capped off a 5-play, 44-yard drive. That is your hit exterior scoring drive recap. Brings it 40-16 after the Elo 2-point conversion. So it's Elo time in Texas. 11:54 left to go in the game, and your Tech Wave kickoff is in the air. And it's going to be a bounce at the 25-yard line and a scramble for it at the 35. And apparently Bells was able to get back on this one again, but still another scramble. The officials have already said it's Bells' ball, and now flags come in late. And Drew Murray was looking down there because there was still a scramble for it. He indicated that there had not been possession made, but the officials had already signaled Bells. So it's Bells' ball at the 35.
I believe the penalties will be offsetting.
Unsportsmanlike against Howe, unsportsmanlike against Bells. They offset, and Blake is always right. The Blizzard is always correct, except in his predictions. I take that back. He's normally always right in his predictions, but tonight was a little. It was with the heart.
I guess when we're wrong, he'll
be first and 10 for the Panthers at their own 38-yard line.
Yeah. So there's 11:50 left to go in the game. Howe trails 40-16. The defense is back out on the field. The ball's going to be spotted. It appears at the 37-yard line. I thought it was going to be the 35. So this will be a handoff. Not much doing right up the middle. And Gibson is brought down.
Up in the backfield.
And that's the number we didn't have a moment ago.
Lead tackle
Gabe Gibson,
number 10,
9.
Joey Heimel.
So no gain on the play. We'll bring up 2nd down and 10 for Bells. And I think everyone is kind of just to the point of, hey, let's get the heck out of here. Clay Barnett into the game at outside linebacker. We were worried whether he was going to be able to make it in injuries, but of course he was in early in the game, got the scuffle. This is a new quarterback into the game, and he's going to run around. That's actually Roland back into the game at quarterback. And another gain up to
number 2, Bo Baker.
maybe Baker, the first team back in. So the score got a little bit too tight for Coach West, I guess. First team's got to come in.
He's like, let me knock him down a notch.
They're only up 40-16. Let's put the first team back in. Ball up to the 44-yard line. It's 3rd down. And the 8-hole reverse is coming up. Look for Baker on the 8-hole reverse. And it's not. It's going to be Waldrop on the left side tackle. He's got the first down. He's got midfield, and he's brought down hard on the Howe side of the field by Jackson Adkins at the 46-yard line.
Jackson Adkins.
Well, you can tell when the first team gets in there, they got a a big push up front. Holes started to develop, and
First and 10 for the
guys
Panthers
were a little
at
bit
the
faster there for that
Bulldog
first team.
46-yard line.
So the first team unit for Bells back into the game here in the fourth quarter with 10:21 left to go. I mean, you don't want to get in a situation where your first team doesn't play a lot. I mean, that's not good either. You need to have reps for your first team. So you can understand the situation. As Waldrop in at the wing on the slot T. Here comes Rowland on a handoff up the middle. And that's Brock Baker for another first down.
Tackled by number 30.
At about the 35-yard line and Howe side of the field. 9:59 left to go.
Baker right up the middle. He's so small, though, it's almost hard to find him there amongst the big linemen, and he's able to squeeze his way almost for a first down. Looks like he did get the first down.
Yeah, barely. He got a left-footed spot right there, but it was still enough for a first down. They marked it at the 36. So a 10-yard gain, and he did pick it up. 9:42 is rolling on the clock. Rowland comes under center. He's going to toss left side. Waldrop trying to find that left edge. He's got 8, he's got 9, he's got 10. Flag down, 15 yards to the 20-yard line. But a flag is down.
I wonder if that's going to be on the offense, maybe a hold.
You would think in a situation like that, yeah, it looks like some kind of a block below the waist or a hold. That usually when a flag is thrown from that angle.
Block below the waist.
There you go. You called it. You're a mini blizzard.
I'm learning. I'm under his tutelage.
So that'll move them back. Let's see where they spot this thing. Spot foul.
That's 105 yards and penalties for Bells.
Ooh, you got to clean that up. They'll back it up near midfield at the 47. No, 43-yard line.
And a lot of their penalties are personal foul, block below the waist. I mean, they're of the 15-yard variety. So you're playing anybody but Howe.
Penalty brings up first and 17
really
for
put
the
you high on the
Panthers.
8 ball.
Rolling under center, and this is the first team back out, remember. Oh, almost a great play in the backfield. Slips away from Jaron Grisham, but another slip away. A great block by Bells, but finally brought down is Baker behind the line of scrimmage for a big loss. But telling you, Jaron Grisham had him in his grasp for a moment. He just barely slipped away.
Barely slipped away, and then Caleb Hicks came in, and he was almost able to bring him down. And so Baker lucky he got back to where he was.
One of the Bulldogs, I couldn't tell which it was just blindsided with a great block in the middle of the line right there. But they'll bring it back to the 46-yard line.
But that was good pursuit by the Bulldogs. Good job there, shed their blocks.
7th play of the drive for Bells. Toss left. Waldrop left side looking for the edge. Got the edge. He's got more than that. He's got the 25. Only Jordan Jones to beat. He got a great block. But Jones somehow makes the tackle inside the 5. Give Jordan Jones a lot of credit for fighting off the block in order to get to the ball carrier.
Tanner Hayes was leading the way. Doing everything he can to keep Jones away. Jones did a good job avoiding him and taking down was that Waldrop?
It was Waldrop.
Taking him down, and we got a Bulldog down.
Right at where the tackle was made, so that could be JoJo.
That is.
And he is trying to get to his feet. And he goes back down as Ricky Ake approaches. And I think it's going to be another cramp. So the pickle juice needs to come out.
Looks like there was a flag on that play as well.
So that's coming back, yeah. But anytime you go for a long run like that on the second week of the season, it's still humid. The cramps are just going to get you. It happens every year.
It does. Around this time. Usually, hopefully by district time, October, it'll kind of cease.
So how many penalty yards is that now?
That would be 115. So that was just a 10-yard holding penalty.
Wow.
9 penalties for 115 yards.
Well, if there's a bright spot for Howe, you forced 9 penalties for 115 yards, right? So JoJo gets up and he's running off. And he's running nicely. It's not like he's favoring one leg or the other. Jones with pink gloves on. It's not October.
That's it.
But he is very flashy, that young man. On the back of his vehicle, it says "honk if you think I'm sexy." I think that's what it says.
Oh, man. You didn't honk, did you?
Yeah, I was going to honk it. So I'm on FM 902. Just going to honk a little bit. Hey. Like the pink gloves, JoJo. So that'll bring the ball back to the 46-yard line, and Bells will have it there as we're waiting. We had a timeout. So Howe's talking about it. Bells is talking about it. The officials are sitting there just conversing. It's 8:18 left to go in the game. And I know both teams kind of want to just kill this thing and get on out of here, but
Brings up second and long.
there was some lag time. So now it's second down and 21 for Bells, heading left to right, which is towards the north end zone. Their new gold helmets, very about the same color as McKinney's gold helmets that they have had for so many years. So second down and 21 from the 46-yard line. Roland is going to toss near side, and that's Baker. And he can't escape the great tackle by,
Baker, number 2.
who is that? Ooh, that's a nice tackle out there. That is Caleb Warmond, the junior.
Warman did a good job there coming from the secondary. Come slicing through there and able taking it back in the backfield.
So a loss of 1 on the Warman tackle. It's third down and 22. The clock is rolling at 7:46 left to go in this game. And remember, we have the Ann's Realty Group postgame show coming up after this. Roland wants to roll out, and now he sticks it in the gut of Baker, and he's got a lot of room. It's the Boomerooski. The Boomerooski for 6. Or can he be brought down? He steps out of bounds at the 3-yard line. And that's Brock Baker. And he was tackled by Joey Heimel, who forced him out of bounds at the 3. And Baker says, no, I got in the end zone. But the official called it right as he stepped out at the 3.
Roland faked the pass, and Baker.
Well, what he did, he rolled out right. Baker stood there, the old Boomerooski.
Hard run by Brock Baker.
I'm not sure if that's the term, but he's a Statue of Liberty, perhaps.
I was going to say Statue of Liberty.
Stuck it in his gut as he was froze.
Go for the Panthers.
He was frozen and then stuck it there, and he didn't have anybody on him.
Isn't that what Jared Zabransky did for Boise State against the Sooners back at the
I don't want to talk about that. Inside the 5, and here is Roland.
With the fumble.
There's a fumble on the play.
Fumble on the play.
Bulldogs say they have it.
I think they
Bell
do.
say they have it. It's Bulldogs football. They recovered a fumble. Caleb Hicks comes up with it. Inside the 5, Howe stops them and turns them away with 7:08 left to go in the game.
Good job by the Bulldogs. Panthers, again, probably.
Again, that's the first team offense. out there.
So they're looking a little sloppy here in the fourth quarter. Bulldogs playing with a little fire. Down 40-16 still, but good job by the Bulldogs haven't stopped playing.
So here come the Bulldogs. Dylan Hughes into the game now at fullback. And Elo still in the game at quarterback. And he turns around, hands to Dylan Hughes around the right edge, looking for somewhere to go, and he's down after maybe a yard. Or did he lose a yard to the 5? I think he lost a yard.
Dylan Hughes.
So Hughes loses 1 back to the 5.
For the Bulldogs.
I kind of like when they had Jordan Jones back there in the backfield. He gave him a little spark.
You know you're doing a football game in the country by an ag barn whenever 30 minutes or 15 minutes you smell a skunk.
There's a whiff, an aroma through the air here that we can smell.
Second down and 11. Ryan Huff comes near side, split out to the left as Howe's heading north, way back on their own 5-yard line. Here's a turn and handoff near side, and a lot of room on the edge is Matt Hayes. He makes a cut, bangs over a couple of defenders. A first down run up to the 21-yard line.
Hayes, good job there. Get around that left side. They seal off a wall for him there, and do a good job of outrunning the linebackers and the defenders, and we get the first down.
What you're going to get with Matthew Hayes is not a lot of juking, moving, and cutting, but you're going to get straight line running. Mm-hmm. And he did make one subtle cut, but it was enough to run right over 2 defenders on for a first down run.
He's one of the many sophomores on this team.
So is this another timeout? Timeout has been called by Howe. There's 5:42 left to go in the game. Howe has a 1st and 10. I think the clock may have been rolling a little bit on the play clock. We'll take a quick timeout, 30 seconds. We'll be right back right after this.
Hello, Howe Bulldogs. This is Coach Joey McQueen, former Bulldogs head coach and athletic director. Vic and I still love the Dogs and ask that you show your support by joining the Howe Athletic Booster Club. Their mission is the same today as it was in the 90s. They support all Howe athletes, girls and boys, middle school and high school. It's only $25 to become a member. From the alumni to the current fans and parents, we ask that you back the Dogs and become a member today. Go visit the Howe Athletic Booster Club on Facebook. Have a great year, Bulldogs.
Welcome back. It's 40-16 here at Bell's Panther Stadium. Monty Walker along with Justin White. And the Blizzard, Blake Burnett, Carson Grogan, our engineer. Our intern is Jake Roberts up here. But most importantly, down on the sidelines, Caroline Slauson. We'll check back with you here in just a moment. As the Bulldogs are about to come to the line of scrimmage, man in motion, a low snap. Elo has to dig it out, fall on it. The ball is on the turf. A scramble for it, no indication. And the officials say Howe got back on it, but a loss back inside the 20 to the 19 or 18-yard line perhaps. Caroline, we're just about done here. 5:27 left to go in the game. We've covered nachos. What else we got?
That's a great question.
A great halftime interview, by the way.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, it was great to see Coach Shagleski again, or Mr. Principal Shagleski, whatever you're calling him these days. But, yeah, it was great to catch up with him.
So you got next week?
Miss Doty.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
That's going to be a good one. Here's Howe, and they false start. Cooper Jones took off at the line of scrimmage, and he was headed downfield, man. 5:06 left to go in the game, and Howe's going backwards again.
I wonder how weird that is for Coach Gillespie to be up in the stands for the first time, and who knows how
Yeah, it's got to be odd. It's got to be an odd situation, you would think. Elo sends a man in motion, and that's JoJo as Elo wants to throw deep down the right side of the field. Ryan Huff in stride at the 50, cuts to near side, in the middle of the field. A lot of speed to the 10, to the 5, kissing goodbye. Ryan Huff, do what Ryan Huff do, and that's long touchdowns. It's touchdown time in Texas.
A lot of motion right there. We see the arm of Ethan Lopez when he's got time to throw and lost it down, and Huff got behind the coverage, and was off to the races.
85 yards on the strike from Elo to Huff.
It took a while to get there, but Huff able to get under it and bring it in.
4:43 to go. 2-point conversion time coming up. It was a 4-play drive for Howe that went 94 yards. Lopez is going to run it over left tackle. Fighting, churning. He's in. 2-point conversion for Howe. And somewhat respectable on the scoreboard now, at least. It's 40-24 with 4:43 remaining as the Blizzard says, hey.
He was ignoring me earlier, saying there's no chance, but now it's down by 16.
So you're saying there's a chance?
Maybe.
We're going to take a quick timeout. We'll be right back right after this.
Hello, Bulldog fans. This is Juan Enciso, your local farmers insurance agent here in Howe. We're here to assist you with your insurance needs, including auto, home, life, business needs, and more. We're vested in the community because we are the only insurance agent in Howe. Our office is at 403 West Hanning Street, or we can be reached by calling 972-382-6121. We're also on the web at farmersagent.com/JEnciso. I have the knowledge and experience to help you better understand your insurance coverage options. Call me, Juan Enciso, at 972-382-6121.
The Blizzard, I think he had something to say. What'd you have there? Did you have anything?
I think he did.
What do you got, Blizzard?
At this point, anything's possible.
Anything's possible. 4:43 remaining in the game. Howe just scored on an 85-yard touchdown from Elo to Huff.
Coach Jay's not coaching like the game's over.
No, he's not. 4 plays, 94 yards for Howe on the drive. And it took a little over 2 minutes. Here's another bounding kick. This one is going to be falling on. Thought for a minute he was going to do a push-up.
He almost did.
That was Carter who recovered it for Bells just outside the 30-yard line at about the 33, and that's where they will start this next possession with 4:42 on the clock.
Got a flag. I think it was offsides on the Bulldogs.
Offsides against the Bulldogs.
Well, can you just take it? Just, I don't want to.
Re-kick it.
I don't think we want to re-kick, do we?
I don't think they're going to re-kick now.
I mean,
I don't think they are. I think they're going to just take the yardage.
Yeah. So instead of starting at the 33, well, they're going to mark it at the 39.
First and 10 for the Panthers on their own 39-yard line.
So there we go. Bell's back into the game. They're going to hand off left side. And not much doing there as the first team offense is obviously still in the game as the score's gotten a little bit tighter here in the fourth period.
And the defense is starting to play with a little, I mean, they've been playing already, but with a little bit of swagger, a little bit of more aggressiveness and spark. I mean, I'm not saying there's a comeback or anything, but you're down by 16 and they've scored 24 unanswered points here.
What's the game we always mention every game?
Oh, gosh. Plano East, John Tyler.
John Tyler.
Yep.
So the ball at the 42. And this will be another
back to number 3, Brock Baker.
Brock Baker carry. Close to a first down, if not, and he does have it.
Tackle by number 10,
across
Joey Hamel.
midfield and Howe territory at about the 47-yard line.
Well, they've had that 8-hole reverse or a pitch out to the left side.
First and 10 for the Panthers on the
trying to get around those edges, and they've been able to make a living on those edges. Using the speed of Baker and Waldrop.
3:50 on the clock here in the fourth quarter.
And this is what Bells does right here is any chance of a comeback, they're just like, okay, we're going to start slowing it down and doing what we do and just bleed the clock.
Everybody comes to the line of scrimmage and hit at the line of scrimmage immediately by Jaron Ing is Waldrop. And he went down hard.
Jaron Grisham, you mean?
Jaron Grisham, what did I say?
You said Jaron Ing.
Jaron Ing. Jaron Grisham, not Ing. I'm still thinking 2018 or 19, I guess.
Ing was on that nose guard there, but yeah, Grisham.
Too many Jarons these days, right?
But Jaron, yeah, good job. Came off his block, came off that ball, and smacked the ball carrier back there in the backfield. Loss of 1.
Ball at the 47. Second down and 10 coming up. Bells hustles to the line of scrimmage. And they're going to give it on the near side, Brock. And that's a great play by Jordan Jones, who rides him out of bounds. Nice play. And they keep their cool on the near side because that could have got a little testy, but a nice job by Jones and Brock. Now they're mouthing at each other.
Oh, yeah.
They're talking to each other. Actually, Brock turned around and was talking to him, and Jones just starts clapping with his pink gloves. 2:34 left to go in the game, and a great play by JoJo.
There's a lot of misdirection, a lot of players going every which way, and Jones wasn't fooled by at all and stayed there with Baker and escorted him out of bounds. And Baker, as you said, kind of mouthing back. They do have the lead.
And Jones is just looking at the Howe sidelines and making the motion as he's just jawing, makes the motion with his hands. So here's a toss. Waldrop left side on the far side, headed north. He's got a first down and more. He's got the 25-20. Chased down by Jones at the 5, and he brought him down at the 1, but he's in. Touchdown Bells. And a lot of celebration right there over Jordan Jones in the end zone. And they extend the lead 46-24 with a $1:57 left to go in the game. And JoJo may have cramps again about 2 yards deep in the end zone on the far side, near where he was a moment ago, but he gets back up. That was a long run for Jones to try to chase him down, and he did, but got him at the 1 yard line.
Jones is coming from the opposite end of the field. Not able to get him at the 1, but not enough.
So the PAT
extra point is
for
good,
Kohler High
51.
is
Kohler
good.
High.
It makes it 47-24. Bells in the lead. There's a 1:57 left to go in the game. We'll keep it right here.
Well, Bells did what, like I said, did what they do and bleed the clock there and put the final nail in the coffin here for the Bulldogs with that one.
5 plays, 61 yards on the hit exterior scoring drive recap. And it took 4 minutes and 46 seconds off the clock. And our new score is 47-24. I mean, the good thing you can take out of this is that Lopez has looked pretty good at quarterback. You didn't know what you were going to get out of that.
And it seemed like each possession Lopez has got a little bit more comfortable. And I'm being serious. You kind of got to figure out Lopez's role as far as backup quarterback is. With the hits Haley's been taking all night long and all season long, you don't know how long he'll last.
Well, you haven't seen the pressure, seems like, on
hasn't.
Lopez that you had on Haley early in the game. So high to kick off right here on the Tech Wave kickoff, and it is a high kick. It's going to go over near Cooper Jones. He's going to pick it up on a hop at the 7-yard line. And he's going to make one move, and he goes down quickly inside the 10 at the 9.
Made by number 3, Bronx
Just
Baker,
couldn't get
number
out.
4, Lane
He was
Kendrick.
trapped back in there and was trying to run towards the middle of the field, but he was tackled inside the 10 at the 9.
I think he was trying to see if that ball would go out of bounds, and it didn't, so he just had to pick it up and run.
1:49 on the clock. Left to go in the game here, and Howe's going to start again
On their own 8-yard line.
inside their 10-yard line at the 8. Now, Howe started at their own 6 a moment ago and went 94 yards, so maybe we're looking at 92 here.
In a minute 49, so
You just got to throw the ball to Huff, right?
Yeah, there you go. Just go long, and I'll throw it to you. Kind of Randy Moss. Just throw it up, and I'll catch it.
1:49 on the clock. Man in motion is Cooper Jones, and Elo is, well, they did hand it off at the middle.
Number 20, Carson
I guess that's
Daniels.
Carson Daniels, the fullback, who makes a couple of yards, maybe 3 out to the 11-yard line.
I think Daniels is down, too.
Tackle by number 67, Jackson Harlan.
Well, you can't lose any of these guys, and especially your horses like Carson Daniels. Hopefully that's just a cramp, and that appears to be what Ricky Ake is working on. Coach Bill Jailing walking out there too. The rest of the crew is going to come over near the sideline and talk about it a little bit and catch some water, but Carson Daniels on his back at the 12-yard line after that 3-yard carry. 1:31 left to go in the game. Don't forget we have the Ann's Realty Group postgame show. We'll have highlights for you, and we'll recap this one. Let's check down on the sideline with our Night Furniture sideline reporter, Caroline Slauson. All these cramps are starting to pile up a little bit.
Yeah, and just glad that it's nothing more serious. Glad that they're getting up, and we'll head on home. See you next week for homecoming.
Yeah, you can. Did you see the homecoming court announced today?
No, I didn't.
Yeah, you can check it out on the Howe Enterprise Facebook page.
Yeah, I'll have to check that out.
There's they announced Jackson Atkins is one. I have to go through the list. I know that Jake Fahrbacher was one.
Well, yeah. I'd hope you know that.
That was kind of nice. So 1:25 left to go in the game. Elo in the pistol, new fullback, and Elo's going to keep it around the left edge. Makes a cut. It makes a nice cut on the left edge, or right edge, and now he's going to have some running room down the sideline and goes out of bounds shy of the 30 at about the 28-yard line. A nice run by Lopez right there, especially to make the cut and make the defender miss right there.
He put the brakes on real quick and let whoever it was go right by him, and then get around that edge and able to get a first down out of it.
I thought for a moment it was Gibson who he made the cut on. I could be wrong, but a nice run by Elo with $1:09 left to go in the game. And Howe has a new set of downs shy of the 30-yard line at the 28.
I don't know if they wanted to or not, but that stopped the clock there since he went out of bounds.
17-yard pickup on the quarterback run. And now he wants to throw. Swings out, swing pass, Huff, looking for a block, middle of the field as he spins out of a couple of tackles, but he's down after about a 6 or 7 yard gain. A nice quick in to Ryan Huff, who makes his second catch of the night. First one was a big one. It was an 85-yard touchdown. This one a little bit shorter, but it's good for 6 yards up to the 33-yard line.
Bulldogs still trying to work out the kinks in the offense. Lopez tried to fake it to, I don't know if that was Daniels behind him or whoever it was, but there was nobody there to fake it to, but still able to complete the pass.
Second down and about 5 in movement as Matthew Hayes moved again a little early. In the slot, two men were going in motion, and Coach Drew Murray pulled an Air Zagleski right there. I don't know if he got enough air as Coach Zagleski used to get, but he was up in the air a little bit. Ball will go back to the 28-yard line.
Still some movement penalties Bulldogs are trying to work on. Got a timeout.
So a timeout. We'll take one, too. We'll be right back right after this 30-second timeout. Independent Financial is proud to support Howe ISD and their hardworking students, teachers, and staff. We share your vision for a brighter tomorrow and a championship season. For every challenge, Independent Financial has you covered. Our team can suggest a wide range of financial products to make your personal banking fast and easy. Plus, we have the know-how to deliver the game-changing business banking solutions. Independent Financial, your community in your corner. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender. Welcome back. Okay, for the people who are OCD and the flag hangers and all that, the only flaw I see, we have a lot of flags on the Bells bleachers over there. A lot on the north side, not very many on the south side. Here's a long pass again. Jordan Jones tries to make the catch. It's just over his outstretched arms and incomplete. 3rd down and 10 coming up. 25 seconds left to go in the game. But it looks odd. I know my wife would say, hey, that's not going to work. You got to fix that. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 flags on the north side. 2 tiny little flags on the south side. It doesn't work.
What do they call it? It's not symmetrical. They don't have.
Yeah, you got to move some flags, make it even, balance that sucker out, right?
Home decorating side coming out in here. Make sure everything's even on both sides.
Colby Taylor into the game as Howe has only 25 seconds remaining. We're just about ready for the Ann's Realty Group postgame show. And Lopez with Hughes behind him. And Lopez runs into a brick wall at the line of scrimmage. And it'll be 3rd down and 15, and that may be the ball game right there. Clock rolling at 20. You don't have to snap it. And I think that's going to be it. Are they walking over? Matthew Hayes kind of looks at the sideline. 11, 10, 9. Well, it looks like they want to snap the ball.
I thought Lopez was saying, give me one more play.
Landon Duty into the game. He split wide. This is going to be Lopez coming near side. 3rd down and very long, and he's going to be good for about 3 yards. And that brings us 0-0 on the scoreboard. Bells takes this one, the 2nd game of the year, 47-24. They move to 2-0 on the year. Howe conversely moves to 0-2 on the 2020 season. But signs of life later in the game, maybe a better 4th quarter than the first half for sure.
Yeah, and maybe against some of the second string, but it doesn't matter. You play against who's across the way, and so Bulldogs second half looked a lot better and worked on some things. Got some of their second string to get some reps, so they look good. But still, it doesn't look good on the scoreboard. Lose by 23.
Well, I think we're ready for the school song again. The band's way over there in the south end zone. We'll see if we can even hear them through our crowd, Mike. And now Bells will turn around. They'll salute their band in the north end zone, and they'll have their school song, fight song, all that, as they're happy tonight. They moved to 2-0. They've got a good football team this year.
They do.
And it's going to be exciting to see how they progress throughout the year. Of course, good friends with Coach Dale West. We wish him the best of luck. And looks like he's on for his 7th consecutive playoff trip, it appears, as a coach, as a coordinator anyway. So exciting times in Bell, Texas. We told you a year ago, just be patient. You're going to love this guy. You're going to love what he does for your kids. You're going to love what he does for your program. They didn't think that at the time. They thought that maybe perhaps after they left this game a year ago, after that exciting overtime win against Howe. They obviously know that now.
And each week after week, it's going to get a lot better. The kids are getting more comfortable with their offense. Their defense doesn't look too bad either. And Coach West got a good team. I mean, they're in a district there with Gunner. So I imagine them and Gunner will be battling out for the district crown.
We're going to take a quick time out. When we come back, it'll be the Ann's Realty Group halftime show. We'll be right back right after this.
If you've ever been in an automobile accident, who do you trust for your needed repairs? Star Auto Body is Texoma's most trusted body shop, serving all of Grayson County and surrounding counties since 1992. Star Auto Body is locally owned and operated. Services include major collision repairs with or without insurance claims, minor cosmetic repairs, parts replacement, and refinishing. Choose Star Auto Body and Alignments in Howe, Texas, 903-532-5365. Star Auto Body of Howe, Texas.
Cooler heads prevail in football, and for over 50 years, Baker Air Conditioning and Heating have been keeping the Bulldogs cooled off. Not too many have reached 50 years in Howe, but Baker Air Conditioning and Heating have been at 215 North Denny Street since Richard Nixon was president. But there's nothing tricky about Baker Air Conditioning and Heating. They have a great reputation by servicing all brands. If the heat gets to you, call them at 903-532-6255. You're listening to Howe Bulldogs football on HoweEnterprise.com. Not a member of FDIC. Not an equal housing lender. Fake license number 867-5309. Howe, Portland, Seattle.
You're listening to the Ann's Realty Group post-game show.
Welcome back. We are at Bell's. It is the post-game, and obviously the crowd's piling out of here, and we're talking about, okay, next week, what do we have? What are we looking at? Homecoming, Sanger. Mm-hmm. They're a big school. They're going to have a lot more kids.
Oh yeah.
Than what Howe has, and we're getting down to, you lose Haley. I mean, you're getting down to kids. We can start calling them the skinny 20 if we want to. I mean, that's about what the roster amount is. So. I don't know how they would like being called the skinny 20 or not, but I know of a Sherman Bearcat team that in the 60s they were termed the skinny 20, and they were pretty darn good.
Really, I tell you, we're running out of bodies here. We got to keep everybody healthy.
We're just about ready for some stats for tonight. The Blizzard Blake Burnett can tell us what's in store for stats and how this thing turned out in the numbers game. Go ahead, Blizzard.
Well, Howe had a great second half tonight, and Bells put the dagger in us with Grady Waldrop's 12th rush of the night was a 47-yard touchdown. He had 12 carries for 90 yards and 2 touchdowns. Brock Baker was the leading rusher for Bells tonight with 10 carries for 149 yards. His longest run was a 43-yard run, and he also added a touchdown. Bo Baker had 8 carries for 79 yards. He had a 46-yard run with 2 touchdowns. Bells had 359 yards rushing tonight and 49 passing. Blake Rowland was 1 of 2 passing for 49 yards and a touchdown. He also had an interception. Tanner Carter was the recipient of that touchdown pass from Rowland. Leading the Bulldogs on defense tonight, Jordan Jones and Joey Heimel with both 8 tackles. Jordan had a tackle for loss, though, to add. Luke Jackson had 5 tackles. Braden Wise, 5 tackles. Carson Daniels, 4 tackles. Clay Barnett added 4 tackles, and Caleb Hicks and Braden Wise both with fumble recoveries tonight. Interception for the Bulldogs, Matt Hayes, who also had 3 tackles. We'll get to the Bulldogs on offense. Ethan Lopez was 3 of 4 passing for 95 yards and a touchdown. Ryan Huff had the 85-yard touchdown reception and a 6-yard catch for 91 yards total. Cooper Jones had 1 catch for 4 yards tonight. The Bulldogs rushing tonight, Carson Daniels, 8 carries, 44 yards. Matt Hayes, 13 carries, 20 yards. Jordan Jones, 1 carry for 6 yards. Austin Haley, 11 carries for -1 yards. Ethan Lopez, 9 carries and 31 yards, and 2 touchdowns for the Bulldogs. On defense for the Bells Panthers, Cooper Smith was unstoppable in the first half. He had 8 tackles, 3 tackles for loss, and 4 sacks tonight. Drake Stevens, 5 tackles and 2 sacks. Hank Weaver, a tackle and a fumble recovery. Aiden Brown, 4 tackles. Cole Moore, 3 tackles. Bo Baker, 3 tackles. And Keaton High, 3 tackles. Jaden Nelson also added 2 tackles as well.
All right, let's talk about our Legend Bank Legendary Player of the Game. In my book, it's got to go to Ethan Lopez.
I think so too.
Coming in to fill in for Austin Haley, who went out, who wasn't feeling really well. And what we're told is just felt a little ill. I would feel a little ill too if I had 7 guys chasing around my neck all night. But our Legend Bank Legendary Player of the Game tonight is Elo Ethan Lopez.
Most definitely deserved for his performance in the second half tonight.
We're going to take a quick timeout. When we come back, we'll recap this thing, and we'll have highlights as well. We'll be right back right after this timeout.
This is Michelle Castle with Guild Mortgage, welcoming you to Howe Bulldogs football. Guild has been delivering on the promise of home to hundreds of thousands of people just like you for over 60 years. With a big heart and a desire to serve, we're committed to making life better in our communities. This is where we live, and we're committed to building it with you.
Guild Mortgage is an equal housing lender company, NMLS 3274. Michelle Castle, NMLS number 231122. Branch address 714 North Travis Street, Sherman, Texas 75090. All loans subject to underwriting approval. Terms and conditions apply. Subject to change without notice.
Get to B-Dubs on Thursdays for buy one, get one free boneless wings. Or as we like to say, 100% more wings. That's right. When you buy boneless wings on Thursdays, you get the same amount of wings for $0.00. Basically, the second order is 100% off. So get here for buy one, get one free boneless wings on Boneless Thursdays. Buffalo Wild Wings. Roar! Buy one, get one of equal value free. Dine in at participating locations. Takeout is limited and may vary by location. Size exclusions may apply while supplies last. Limit one offer per customer. Not valid with any other coupon.
Welcome back. Almost welcome
You're
back.
listening to the Ann's Realty Group post-game show.
All right, we are back. We're going to recap this thing real quick. We have some highlights. We're going to see if we can get our tape player to work tonight. So, all right. So the coin toss left us with Bells deferring, which gave Howe the ball to start the game. They did so at their own 25-yard line and ended up having to punt just a few plays later. Bells took the ball at the 10-11 mark in the first quarter at their own 38-yard line. And 5 plays, 62-yard drive ended on a 48-yard touchdown from Rowland to Carter. And let's see, that was 6-0, 8:38. We may turn down that thing just a little bit. I think that may help. All right, let's go to Howe's next possession. Started at 8:33. They actually put together a pretty good drive. 13 plays on the drive. However, it stalled and they turned it over on downs. Back to Bells, 3:13 on the clock. And they went 5 plays, 81 yards on the drive, took 2 minutes and 14 seconds off the clock, and scored on a 1-yard touchdown by Brock Baker. (13-0) at that point as the PAT was missed. Howe took the ball at their own 39-yard line and had to punt. Bells took the ball on the very first play of the second quarter and tried to throw their second pass of the night, but it was intercepted. Howe took the ball at the 11:53 mark at their own 35-yard line, but had to punt again. Bells took it over at 9:40 at their own 42, at the Howe 42, and went 6 plays, 48 yards, took 2 minutes and 43 seconds off the clock, and scored on a 15-yard touchdown by Bo Baker. Make it 20-0 at that point after the PAT, and 6:57 was left on the clock in the second quarter. Howe took it at their own 20-yard line. Guess what? They had to punt again. Cooper Jones on the punt. It was a low line drive kick. Didn't go anywhere except into the hands of Cooper Smith, who returned it back to the 10-yard line. And it took only 3 plays to get that 10 yards, and it was a 1-yard touchdown by Waldrop. And with a missed PAT, it stayed at 26-0 with 4:43 remaining before the half. Howe took it at their own 24-yard line, and a fumble occurred. And they took over at the 19-yard line. 2 plays later, it was Blake Rowland. That made it 33-0 with 3:07 left to go before the half. Howe then got it back and had to punt one more time. Bells took it with 1:01 left at the Howe 46-yard line, and guess what happened? Bo Baker. Bo Baker in the role of Jaden Matthews tonight after the Kyler High kick made it 40-0. It ended the one-play 46-yard drive and left 8 seconds on the clock before the half, and Howe basically killed it. We move on into the second half where things looked a lot better for Howe. Bells took it to begin the half and went 3 plays, turned it over on downs, and then Howe took it at their own 45-yard line and then had to punt. Bells took it at their own 20-yard line and fumbled, and Howe took it at the 17-yard line and then finally got on the board with a 5-yard touchdown by Elo. That ended a 5-play, 17-yard drive and made the score 40-8 with 4:47 left to go in the third. Bells took it at their own 24-yard line and sent it back over to Howe, who took it at their own 44. And then another 5-yard touchdown by Elo. Elo also scored the 2-point conversion there and capped off a 5-play, 44-yard drive to make it 40-16 with 11:54 left to go in the game. Bells took it at that point trying to kill everything. From the 37-yard line, they put their first-team offense back into the game. They went 10 plays on the drive, but it was a fumble that was recovered by Hicks. That gave it back to Howe at their own 6-yard line. And you're thinking, oh, this is going to be dangerous. They take it at their own 6. But 4 plays later, it was Ryan Huff time. $85 yards to be exact from Elo to Huff. Killed a 4-play, 94-yard drive and made the score 40-24, and it was getting interesting at 4:43 left to go in the game. Bells took it and tried to kill it again at their own 39, and they did drive 5 plays before another touchdown strike by Bo Baker. 46 yards for Bo Baker on another second one from 46, I believe. 5 plays, 61 yards on the drive. Took 4 minutes and 46 seconds off the clock. It basically killed any chance Howe had at trying for a miraculous comeback. And with $1:57 left to go in the game, Howe took it and ended the game. They couldn't get out from their own end zone, and that was it, ladies and gentlemen. Howe moves to 0-2. Bells moves to 2-0. And it just, one of those nights, Justin, that Howe just couldn't, in the first half, get anything going offensively.
They really couldn't. And then
or defensively.
I think Bells established it on the offensive side of the ball. They moved the ball at will, kept the Bulldogs guessing, and then offensively, they looked a little bit better than last week, but not much better. I mean, minus the penalties, but they started going backwards.
Well,
in the first half.
Yeah, and I think overall, was this an improvement over last week? I think so. I think it has to be.
Yes, especially second half. Second half did not look terrible. I mean, it was against the second unit, but you take what you can get. I mean, with Lopez and Hayes and that crew. I mean, you take what you can get, and they didn't look too terrible in the second half.
The fact that Ethan Lopez stepped up and played so well when Haley went down was great to me because we have that coming back for us.
Yeah.
Ethan played well in the second half and led 3 scoring drives down the field.
And he got some confidence. Each possession seemed he got a little bit more comfortable
And
with
he
the
looks
offense.
more comfortable running the ball at the quarterback position than Haley does, in my opinion. But Haley is the better passer.
Yeah, without question. I mean, Haley is your franchise quarterback. I mean,
He
if
really
you're
is.
talking about, one of the best quarterbacks to come through Howe in a very, very long time, he's just got to have some time to do it.
You got to, you got to protect him.
Yeah. So anyway, that kind of wraps this one up tonight. Another lopsided scoreboard, not as bad as a week ago. I would say if you're looking at things to improve on, I think Howe did that tonight. They improved over what they looked like a week ago for sure offensively, which I don't know how many penalties Howe had, but it didn't seem like as many as last week. No. So there's an improvement there. So for Carson Grogan, our engineer, for Jake Roberts, our intern, for Justin White, our color analyst, for Blake Burnett, the Blizzard, our statistician, and Caroline Slauson, who's already on the road searching for some more nachos, our sideline reporter. I'm Monty Walker, and we will see you next week. It's homecoming, and it's the Sanger Indians coming to town. So for everyone who's been a part of this one, so long, everybody.